Good morning, good afternoon, or even good evening, wherever in the world you are right now. Welcome to the Wolves Esports channel, where today we're going to be following our Wolves Rocket League team throughout the entirety of day one of week 2 of the grid. Yes, that's a lot of offs there, but trust me, it's going to be filled with fun. I'm Digital Bacon, joined in the commentary booth today by Aiden Sees Things. I always do that sort of thing of Aiden because I call you that and then go Sees Things on the end. It feels a little bit tacked on, but of course, that's gamer tags for you, ain't it?
Yeah, well, I don't always see things, so my name's not super accurate. So you can always just stick to Aiden anyway. Well, I don't know how you're doing today, Bacon, but I am really feeling it this week. Last week, of course, Wolves, not the best, first week in the grid. We have to admit that. We dropped all the series that we played. But they've had some time to work on things, improve, and of course now we're going into a group, not an easy group by any means. And I don't know what your opinion is on this one, Baker, but I think it might be one of the toughest groups in this week's grid games.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. Back in week 1, we had a very tough group there as well. In context going into it, we were very hopeful going, yeah, we've got this. Then after the last regional split, after the last regional at the weekend just gone by, it's like, that makes a lot more sense right now. Those teams are massively high on form, and Wolves still trying to find their foot. And this is a builder team, as we like to call it, where throughout this entire winter split, we're going to be looking at them where they can improve, so that when it comes around to springtime, comes around to about February, March time, that's when we're expecting the big performances. And coming out as a top 16 team at the moment is not a bad result, but today, yeah, it could be a little bit of an ugly one, as the teams we have got to face up against, Galaxy Racer, Team BDS, Team Liquid, are all very much on a high right now. Liquid finally finding themselves, Aiden, in the last regional this weekend just gone by, and BDS, not only the champions, the winners of the major, as long as many of the different regional tournaments back in the autumn split, but also winter right now, they're absolutely in a high. Maybe this weekend gone, they showed a little bit of lack of form, but I mean, they still went so blooming far. And Galaxy Racer as well, continuously on the up. Think what we want from Wolves in about 2-3 months time. That's where Galaxy Racer are right now. So by all means, this is going to be another difficult day, isn't it?
Exactly, it will be very, very difficult. And what you say about Team BDS, I mean, so a lot of people out there calling them the best team in the world. I won't go as far as saying that, because of course we haven't seen them play all the teams in the world, but they've got to be the most consistent team in Europe this year. They just keep winning everything that's important. And then you've got, as you said, Galaxy Racer. This is a team that when they play on their game, they can actually beat anyone, and we've seen them beat anyone. We've seen them beat BDS. And we then also got Team Liquid, who last week out, well, they have a bit of inconsistency in that team, but they did come top of their group last week. And so it just shows that all these teams that we're playing against are teams to look out for, teams that are definitely going to be making it difficult for us. But of course, I believe in the Wolves, and maybe we've got a few tricks up our sleeves to get some games. I would say that Team Liquid is the team that we'd be, more expecting to be. I would say that's the most likely win that we'll get this week. And if we can beat BDS, well, that would be fantastic. But of course, it is a little bit of a tall order. We know how strong they are, and I don't think we'd be hurting anyone's feelings by saying that we are the underdog in that matchup.
Yeah, just purely going off the seeding, Wolves will be the lowest seeded team in this group. But the problem is right now, and you've been talking about Galaxy Racers, them on the high, Liquid finally finding their form. That's sort of Europe in a nutshell, is that anything can happen, and that's why it's so exciting, and why I love coming on board and commentating for Wolves, just because anything could happen today. The lads just playing on form could absolutely turn around. Galaxy Racer as well. We know, Aiden, if they're not on form today, they can look, quite frankly, atrocious, can't they? And it just comes down to the weird oddities of gameplay styles. I don't expect Galaxy Racer, especially after their performance this weekend, to be looking bad. I mean, they came out in I want to say a 5th, 6th position in the last regional, which is incredible for them, and they look to just be building from it. But here coming into today, Wolves are going to be looking where they can hone their craft. You know, you're going up against the best of the best in Rocket League within this group. So any mistakes will get punished, and that's not a bad thing. You learn a lot more in defeat than you do in victory. So taking that through to tomorrow, where like we saw last week, there is a possibility every team makes it through today into the single elim bracket. There is the possibility we could turn it around. Our only big problem was last week we had a team that was very difficult to get past, even in that single elim bracket. You know.
Oh no, exactly. I mean, one team that I've absolutely loved watching and a big fan of, this split has got to be Redemption. They've shocked me. They've done bits, not just in the grid but in the regional as well. And this was a team that was a little bit like us in a way, that sort of was one of these teams that had broken from players that had broken away from their previous teams or from teams that were disbanded. And it's sort of like a pick-me-up team, which is performing really, really well. And that's sort of, the same. We're sort of in that same basket as them, except we just haven't found that form yet. And but we should be striving to be getting results like Redemption are. And Redemption, they've still got that momentum. They're still feeling confident, and I've enjoyed every single minute I've watched of them. So that's what I would love to see from Wolves today, to bring something new to the table. And I guess, if there's some guys, watching that are more used to watching the Wolves football team in Rocket League, things are so much more fast-paced than in, say, the Premier League or in football. You get teams change very rapidly over the year. We have so many transfer windows, so players can move around from teams, and some of these teams, they're not big orgs, so they can disband and completely disappear and then reform with new players that are grabbed from all over the place. And that's what keeps changing things, and that's why we get these results and these upsets that sort of come out of nowhere, because it's so unpredictable, when it comes to the beginning of every split, because there's new players, new teams, and new dangers to look out for.
Yeah, and even then, the more established teams, when you're looking at, say, your top 8 teams in all of Europe, half of them, each transfer window, which is roughly about each 6 months, that's been actually even shortened with this current new format to roughly about 3-4 months. They'll be looking to make changes because you can always improve, but it's generally just the top 2. Like when we're looking at the moment, you're looking towards Vitality alongside BDS that didn't make changes because they were on top. They didn't want to ruin their formula, but the problem with that is teams start learning their style, and when you do stay together as a free man, I don't want to say get complacent, but predictable in how you play, because you've got the current winning strategy, so it's all down to everyone else to beat that strategy, isn't it? So it's a very interesting gameplay here, and what you'll quite often see is teams like Redemption there alongside Wolves that will suddenly find the new way to play, and they'll suddenly rocket up into the lead. That's what we're seeing right now from Redemption. And we just got to hope, basically, that the Wolves lads, alongside the guidance of Coach Juicy, have been able to come up with something behind the scenes to turn things around. And right now, in the grid, that's their perfect opportunity to try it on out, because it's not a case of you're going to lose out on everything. You're solidified into the grid for another month right now, on top of what is already this week. So you can always play about with things a little bit here.
No, I think the grid is that perfect opportunity. Of course, you've got the stress of having to qualify and get into the grid, but once you're there for quite a while. You're there for 4 weeks. And that means you're going to be playing against the best teams in Europe for 4 weeks, which is the perfect opportunity to then grow your team, build your team, find out your weaknesses, and keep developing. Because you get to experience, the top level. And, like today, our first game will be against BDS. It's the best team in Europe currently. And we now have this chance to play against them. Maybe take some games off of them, but as the potential dark horse there. But when as you said earlier, when in defeat, you're going to learn a lot more. And for these teams like Vitality and BDS, and we see Vitality sort of dropping some results now, is you kind of start to plateau when you're the best, because you're the best, and there's not a lot you can take from games if you keep dominating everyone. And at some point, teams are going to catch up with you.
Yeah, and when we look at the other two teams, Liquid, perhaps it was just this weekend gone by, they're on a massive high. But perhaps that was their one-off, because otherwise, if they play like we've seen them play for the last 3 months prior to this weekend, I'm expecting that to be a win for Wolves. Galaxy Racer as well are a very scrappy team. They tend to go the whole way to their Game 5. So, of course, anything could happen today. But BDS is an opener. As long as the lads can hold their mental, as long as they can make sure they keep their heads high afterwards, just take a game. That is the goal right now, because that, for many teams, is a massive achievement. And we're already seeing Wolves on the attack. But again, Aiden, that back line is very open and was very scary for a moment.
Oh, yeah, well, it's one of those moments where you don't really get started and you're a little bit cold going into the game, and it can come as a bit of a surprise, but Lewis B doing well there to get it away from Mark by 8. Extra, though, popping it back into the middle. He will get a follow on this. Great read by Rix Ronde, though, and he will be able to keep this one close. Allows Oli to take over. Gets the flick over Monkey Moon, but trying to recover, but constantly shoulder barged away by his opponent. And it's good. It's a decent little start for Wolves. Look, they're looking a bit more comfortable on the ball and controlling it, and the follows were looking good, and they didn't give BDS too much space there. But now Mark Bay with a solo play, Extra's there, but it's another great save by Rix Ronde. And we talk so much about how we love to see him as the third man. You can always trust him only popping a shot away for the vibe check, but Mark Bay will clear it again. Monkey Moon challenged by Lewis B, and now Oli with a chance to clear downfield.
Yeah, Rix being that cautious third man is perfect right there, because when you look at BDS, they're always playing these very quick breakaways. So having a third man back at all times is fantastic. You can see Rix as well starting to dig deep as a second man. Works quite well. But so far, a very scrappy lot of back and forth. It's basically whoever can break the ice right here.
Oh, indeed. And well, one thing that I love about the guys at Wolves is they seem to have some great self-awareness. They're aware that, you know, their form had dipped a little bit and they weren't playing around. And when you've got that self-awareness to accept that you're making mistakes rather than putting the blame elsewhere, it's a good chance to improve. But we do concede the first one here as Oli loses out on that 50. Comes middle. There's a double commit from BDS, but it was more of about securing that goal. Monkey Moon and Extra both going up, and Extra will be awarded the goal and will get himself on the scoreboard. 1-0 to Team BDS.
Yeah, and off screen there was a demo from Monkey Moon to remove any opportunity for, I do believe it was Oli, to come back on in and make a save. Good control here from Lewis P, but he needs a second man in that position there, Aiden, to just follow through. Oli does get there in the end, but again, he's been played. You can see Marbe using great control here, and Monkey Moon, how does he pull this off?
Oh, some incredible reactions. I mean, it comes straight off this 50. Rix Ronde getting a touch, and then Oli gets in the way, and well, I guess it's just sort of a bit of a follow-through. Got a bit fortunate with the way that ball sat up and bounced off of his opponent. Well, 2-0 for BDS, and still half the game to go. Wolves have plenty of time to keep bringing the heat to BDS, but of course BDS in the driving seat at the moment.
Oli taking it nice and slow, and this is what we want to see. A lot of control. Keep it to yourself, and Lewis P flings it to net. Gets one on the board for Wolves.
Wow, it's so important, and we've been talking about this a lot in previous weeks with Wolves, is they sometimes don't want to keep that ball close, and when you keep the ball close, you see how much pressure it creates on the opponents. They have to jump, they have to use it, they have to challenge you, and then you've got that potential to take one player out the game and pull people out of position, and it's worked perfectly there. It's also, you know, a good point to make of sort of the meta of air dribbling, because there you're always close to the ball. It's in the air. It's not as easy for your opponent to read, and the challenge is those 50s. And you sort of get to pick your 50 when you're up in the air dribbling a ball like that. And, well, it's gotten us a goal, but the demo on the line will ensure that Monkey Moon has an open net, and Oli going down for the challenge couldn't quite get anything on it. Lewis P, well, he didn't quite direct himself the right way, and BDS will once again double their lead, a 2-goal lead for Team BDS.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting play there. The demo coming on through by and then of course, did you see beforehand, Extra with the bump? The lads have no respect, and I guess all's fair in love and war. But BDS, they just absolutely want to barrel to net. Tough times for Wolves, as they've got to look to probably just make sure they've got second man covering everything at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. You know, it's where we started with Wolves was with a fairly weak defense, and well, we've we've been improving it. But quite often when those physical plays come out, we do see time and time again that we are too thin, but Wolves will get a goal back. It's Ole. He rises high to the occasion. And Rix Ronde, very intelligent play. And I think the young lads these days would be calling that 200 IQ as he clears the path for Ole's shot. And we're right back in there, still keeping it close.
So close indeed, but at least Ole there with the demo. Seeing BDS at their own game, the lads now within 1 goal, 1 minute remains. Can they turn it around? Come on, Wolves. Let's do this here and now. Rix Ronde with a big close up to Lewis P. And that is it. The Spaniard has sealed the deal and got an equalizer.
Well, this is fantastic stuff from Wolves. We went 2 goals down fairly early on before the halfway mark of the game, and we've used the time left in the game to keep bringing the game to BDS. We got right back in it, and when BDS made it 3-1 after we found a goal back, we're not de-incentivized to keep pushing, and here we are all tied up, and it could be an opportunity for BDS. Great stop there, great block, and still holding on to this tied up game. And well, it's only a question of who will get the next goal. The next goal possibly be the winning goal. We may even see an overtime here in our first game.
Indeed, but there's still 30 seconds left. A lot of Rocket League to be played on out. Big clearance downfield. The shot coming on through from Lewis B. The extra is there, and you can see he's slowing down time. Big powerful hit back down to earth from Lewis. But no one going to be able to capitalize that, and you can't blame Rix Ronde and Ole to get back, try and keep themselves safe. They know this can turn at the drop of a hat, but tons of pressure coming out from Wolves. Any moment now, they're going to be looking to stick the dagger in. Extras on an absolute run. Let's get back down to earth, and it does. Touchdown, overtime in game 1.
Well, we do get an overtime, and that is a spicy one. Because, of course, BDS just talking about how they're probably the best team currently in Europe, and in game 1, it looked like it was all going their way, but it could be Rix now! Off the post! Somehow not in, and, well, he's been a little bit scammed by the woodwork. Somehow that ball has gone out of that post. But what a chance for Wolves to win the first game in overtime. And BDS are looking a little rattled. I don't think they've expected this from us.
Yeah, but you've got to be careful in defense. Just don't throw it down into opponents. Good pickup from Ole. He's chasing onto it, but Rix is there. And he's got boost for days. Looking to get up past one. Marpe is on the backboard, so he's going to be able to safely get away. Good read by Lewis P, keeping it down to the corner. It means Ole can cover defense. Rix can now pick up boost, and Lewis P back towards center, but Extra's going to be cutting it off. Monkey Moon versus Rix, and Rix is there first. And a bit of safety now given over to Wolves.
Well, it's all down to Wolves, of course, the more novice team here to stay mentally strong in an overtime and remain confident. It's often in these overtimes, especially when you're playing against a team like BDS, this is our opportunity to go 1 game up, and BDS are maybe a little less worried about dropping a game because they know of their quality, but Wolves still a rather untested team. They would love to get this win, and there's a lot of pressure to play in these overtimes. The demo's coming out now, and it is Monkey Moon up against Rix Ronde, but no doubt that Rix Ronde is going to stand tall and win that ball back for Wolves, but losing out here to Mark by 8 with the drop down. Ole's there again, popping that back up, looking for Rix, who was downfield, but Extras read it well to get it back to the corner as we try to play it out of defense again, denied once again by Monkey Moon. Rix Ronde now trying to keep this one close, going into the 51 mark by 8. It's going to pop up, and Ole will be the first to the ball. Rix Ronde able to follow, looking to get a shot away. The demo on Rix by Mark by 8. And Lewis B now forced into shadowing Mark by 8 for a moment to buy some time for the rest of the Wolves to get back. Monkey Moon playing this to the backboard, looking to get that double. That is dropping into a dangerous place. It's Extra, and he will take game 1 for Team BDS, and that's got a sting for our boys.
A very unpredicted second hit from Monkey Moon there. Normally you would expect him to absolutely bang it into the backboard and drop it on down for his second man, but instead going high with that was just not within the calculations of the Wolves team. I'm just so excited here, Aiden. That was a beautiful first game. What a comeback from the Wolves. Gives us hope going on forward. BDS are definitely not a team that slouches. You can see by them having to bring out demos. Normally, this is a team that quite often goes into, if they're feeling confident, more of a freestyle game. So for them, Aiden, to go into a very demo-heavy gameplay means that they're a little bit worried. They're a little bit cautious of what Wolves are doing here. So by removing players, they're trying to gain some advantage for themselves.
I mean, Wolves have it's an outstanding performance in game one. You know, we're pretty much equal on pretty much all the stats across the board. Loads of saves coming out from Oli, and Oli is such a mechanical player, and it is often, you know, so valuable to have a very mechanical player at the back to make those saves. They usually get out of risky situations.
Yes,
but Rick's Ronde has made it 1-0 for Wolves, and we're in the lead. With just 30 seconds played, it's a great dunk and didn't give BDS any chance to get the danger away.
Normally, I'd be telling them off because normally that should not work, that cheat up there, Aiden. But big stuff coming on through from Rick's Ronde to be able to pull that one off. He's only gone and got us the lead. Wolves now just got to hold on realistically low. Look for a second, gain yourself some security, and work from there. Extra on the ball, but good block out from Lewis P. Monkey Moon wants to go in for a dribble here. Rick's Ronde having to take it the whole way down the line and hold strong. This is dangerous, but not going to be able to find it extra. We've been granted an opportunity, but Rick's just cannot get it up and over the attackers.
Oh, it's some mad pressure from BDS right now. They're staying so high up. Extra there, utilising their flip reset to just try and pop it into those top bins, but misses again, and Monkey Moon coming in again. And Wolves right now defending very valiantly, under pressure from the physical plays as well. The demo's coming out. Oli there just getting it over extra. That's going to come middle. Could be dangerous as Monkey Moon sends it right down. But it's there! And you've got to respect that. I mean, the plays coming out from BDS here, the pressure they were able to maintain. They didn't give us any opportunity, and we defended very well, but it just kept coming back, and you end up boost-starved, and that last play to seal the goal there by BDS, it was a work of art, so we are all level again.
Yeah, that was all about coming on in from a blind spot. Monkey Moon, though, just going to try and go straight to the net. Good defense coming on out there to be able to keep it at bay. Lewis P needs to get up quicker, does just get the touch, which will clear away, but Monkey Moon is applying so much pressure. A massive threat on the Wolves net. Is extra just stalling it up in the midfield. Moppe is going for the shot, but Oli keeps it on away. And again, Wolves just buying time, just trying to keep the lads of BDS away. Finally, an opportunity for a run as Lewis P brings it into the 50-50. But extra is so darn good as a midfielder, a defensive midfielder, if you will, to just keep everyone out of the blue half.
Oh, indeed. I mean, it's a very high pace, high tempo game. You can see the style that BDS have adopted here in game two. It's all about staying downfield, staying in the offensive third, and of course that can be risky and you can concede to counter-attacks, but they've got that quality to just keep getting on the end of the play. They read it so well as well, and one thing with BDS is you can see just how used they are to each other. That synergy is well and truly there, and they're adding the demos to the game as well. Oli doing very well to get something on that. It looked like he'd made a mistake coming off the backboard maybe a bit early, but utilises his flip to make sure he stayed right in position. Oli playing it now back up to the wall, but doesn't find anyone on the other side. But it's once again great stuff by Oli as he keeps this one going into that 50, trying to look for Lewis in the middle. Monkey Moon will play that now to the corner. Wolves under a bit of pressure again, but this is a great drop down by Lewis P. Rix is there to tap it on, but Monkey Moon denying it getting any further than that halfway line. But Oli, a great rise by him. It's great play. It's the 1-2-3, and Wolves in possession. Phenomenal stuff as Oli went up so quickly, got it down to Lewis, and they were just juggling this ball around. They weren't allowing BDS a chance to challenge it, and it's a great finish.
A beautiful sequence coming out there from Wolves, linking up with one another absolutely perfectly to be able to pull it off. And it goes to show that's the level you need to be able to beat BDS today. Wolves looking up to the challenge, but is requiring every ounce of energy to be able to do it. Good clearance is coming on through. You can see, oh, what a save, Oli! You're nuts!
Oli is actually ridiculous. Like, he has been so good this split. It's just unreal. And he's still so young, like one of the younger players here in the grid and in RLCS. He's just got so much potential and his reactions are phenomenal. That save there, you would expect 9 times out of 10 that's going in, but he's kept Wolves in the lead, and now there's less than a minute on the clock, and we may be able to get a game. We need to hold on. If we can find a cushion, even better, as Rick's running, plays it up. Oli's there. Will keep the pressure going as it rolls down. Marked by 8 under pressure now. Lewis P playing it back up again. Extra defending the backboard this time, but Rix is up quickly once more. Extra can't get to it. Great bump there in the corner as well, but everyone looking a little hesitant to challenge Extra. Marked by 8. He's going to play this to the backboard. Look for the double. And Lewis P reads it well, gets it downfield again. And now there's only 20 seconds left. BDS still trailing by 1. Lewis P gets that center. Rix just going away from the play there, but still keeping that ball in the BDS half. If we can manage to do this for the next 10 seconds, we will take game 2 as that clock keeps on ticking. BDS fully aware as Monkey Moon tries to send it downfield, but one last attack. Mark May gets to the end of it. Monkey Moon's there, but blocked by Rix Ronde, and Wolves will take game number 2.
Beautiful stuff as we equalize it on out. Wolves looking absolutely full of beans this evening and ready to take on the toughest team in the whole of Europe, if not, again, arguably the world. Unfortunately, with current climate, you can't confirm that, but analytically, BDS, the best team at the moment. Wolves looking ready to take them on down. We move on into game number 3. Who's going to be taking this one? 5 minutes on the clock. Let's go, Wolves. Let's do this.
Well, I've got to ask Juicy what kind of juice he's been given to the players, because this was a defensive masterclass, and it's something we're not used to seeing from Wolves under so much pressure from BDS throughout the entire game. They had 70% of the possession, while BDS will find the first goal here in game 3. Doesn't say too much though. Wolves have that ability to bounce back. They showed it in game 1, 2 goals down and came right back into it. But BDS do take the first goal within 20 seconds.
That is such a difficult position for Oli there, because he has to cover net. The ball going wide of it is arguably lucky for BDS, but it's just that sort of case. As a defender, you've got to make sure that you cover the line to net. A little bit of a fake there, just leaving the ball to trickle. See, earlier was hoping that Lewis P would get back in time, but all Lewis has gone and got was demoed. But Rix is holding down the fort. Only 40 seconds on into it, 45. Still so much time left in this game. But it has to be said, Wolves have been really up in the pressure here.
They're absolutely taking the game to BDS. This is BDS's game to lose. You know, they're here. They know they're the favourites. They know they're expected to win, and maybe that's bringing them a bit of pressure. And Wolves can play full confidence because, well, they are the underdogs. And when you are, that can work in your favour because it's just a little less pressure on expectations and finding gaps, to finding holes. And the defence has been so good so far this series, just denying BDS so many chances, and don't know what it is, but they seem to be able to transition very well when given the opportunity, keeping that ball high, juggling it about, looking for those passes, and they have been accurate today. Wolves looking very good.
Big demo coming on out from Rix. Early wanted to pass this one up. Lewis not in a great position, but Rix has come on in to lend a helping hand. Means Lewis will be able to get back in defense and actually wants to pass this up to middle, but Monkey Moon is there. And Mark Bate looking for extra. You can see passing plays are the aim of the game right now. BDS so accurate with one another.
BDS, they 100% know where each other are. They've been playing together for so long, and they've been doing it at the highest level. They've been winning tournaments with this team and winning huge prizes, and well, they've got their playstyle well and truly down, but they may not know too much of our Wolves, as they seem to be struggling today. Lewis going up will get that to them towards the midfield. Extras there though, and now he's got the chance to be able to follow it. Oli can't really get it clear. Rick's running now challenging this 50, and Extras doing bits for BDS at the moment. just really putting the pressure on. Oli gets back, but he doesn't get there in time and misjudges the read, and BDS will double their lead.
This angle, the pinch with the wall from Mark Bay, that's harsh. Wolves are doing everything right, keeping it close to the wall to try and minimize angle to net, and Mark Bay there just putting on great pressure. Wouldn't have actually originally been aiming for a goal just to put the ball into the middle, so dangerous stuff nonetheless. Wolves now with 2 minutes left, 2 goals. It is not out of reach. They're going to have to give it everything here, come up with something new, start bringing out demos perhaps again to be able to dismantle BDS, who are trying to control this game and getting away with it. But shot put on from Rix. Can't blame him there. Is a good idea.
Rick's popping a shot away. Just asking questions of the BDS defense extra, though, dealing with it quite well. Lewis P now putting the pressure on. Pressure still coming from Wolves, but this long bang may be difficult to deal with as Rich Ronnie's under pressure from the demo by Mark by 8. Avoids the demo, but then leaves the ball, gives it up to extra. There's a chance for Monkey Moon. He's got to be putting that away, but he just pinches it onto the post. Monkey Moon with a quick turn, though, and this is something that BDS have been doing a lot today. Those quick turns back in, those half rotations, cutting back and trying to block Wolves in, but what a finish by Oli. He reads it perfectly. It's a great quick transition once again by Wolves. The pass is coming out, Rix Ronde sending it up for the vibe check, and Oli is there, sends it back down into the net, and now we're only 1 goal behind.
Possible. I get the feeling. What a last second save coming off there from Rix Ronde. Marpe's trying to drop it down, and that is a connection and a half. Mar just taking the whole team on with this rebound hit.
Wolves, they come back into the game just to drop one again. Though we might be having flashbacks to game 1 right now, which went to overtime. We were 3-1 down around this sort of mark in the game. Still found a way back. It proves that Wolves do have the mental strength to keep pushing. They do have that ability to come back from behind. At the moment, though, of course, odds against their favour as that clock is going to keep on ticking down. And I'm sure for the players that when you're behind, that clock seems to move a lot faster than normal. And Nextro will have a shot here. It's great placement, but Oli reads it again, keeps it out. And Oli really stepped up his defensive plays recently, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to deny BDS going further ahead and finding that 4-1. Marked by 8, just baiting his opponent into the challenge, and then finds those top corner.
So 4-1, 40 seconds left to go. Being a realist here, Aiden, I reckon game 3 is done and dusted, but 30 seconds left to try and figure out BDS, come up with a plan. It's not over just yet. Consider what can be done in games 4 and 5. Wolves looking mighty, but BDS have somehow dug deep and come up with basically what is their international winning strategies. One thing that has super impressed me throughout the entire series today is the work from Wolves that have been going into defense. Night and day difference to 2 weeks ago when we were so impressed then. I don't know how they've got to this level, and it all comes down to Oli, who seems to just be a magnet in net, being able to stop everything.
Well, Oli has been stopping a lot, but with Team BDS this time, they were a bit more clinical with their finishing, and I think that's what they've been missing in game 1 and 2, because they weren't for a lack of chances and not for a lack of possession or field domination either. This time was a little closer on the stats, but the scoreline really told the story, as Wolves Esports just weren't able to keep BDS at bay here.
No, they weren't, and it's so harsh right now because I'm so pleased and excited with Wolves because they're looking incredible, but it is that problem if they're going against the best team right now in Europe. And you just got to take it with a pinch of salt, right? Even though it is a loss there in game 2. Incredible stuff, and we've seen many teams this caliber, this level right now, drop in 3-0 sweeps. But Wolves still got it in them. Nice little play from Rix Ronde. Pops it past one. Monkey Moon going to be able to keep on net. That's a brilliant setup from Lewis B, but Extra just gets a touch with it. connects up to Marbe, who's really been the extra special thing for BDS today, Aiden. He has been absolutely popping off.
Has indeed been popping off. Right now, we've avoided that early goal that BDS got last game. And Extra given maybe a bit too much time here. Lewis P a little hesitant on the challenge, but ends up getting something on it. Mark Bates sending this one now all the way to the backboard. Lewis P trying to collect it. Mark Bates not getting the best touch, sends it behind him, and now he's making some more mistakes as he sends it past his teammate. Lewis P with a great bump. Oli with the demo. Reeks Ronnie's got a little bit of time in front of net now. He's going to use that time, pops it very high. Lewis P up to the occasion as he sends that to the backboard. But Oli just a bit too far away from the play, and now it's looking dangerous down the other side. They now trying to see this one out again. Lewis P sending out to the right side. Oli is waiting. Marked by 8 trying to make things difficult for him, but Oli keeps keeping it close. Extra's made a terrible touch, and Oli just can't finish that one off. It was great work by Oli keeping that close, and yes, pinching it back the other way again, and a real back and forth here in game 4.
Yeah, Lewis P going for the pinch there. It's actually quite inspired. Normally you wouldn't pinch up towards your own net, but he knows that he doesn't have the boost realistically to follow onto it, so it's better to throw it back to where Rix was in defense and should be able to pick up and handle it. 3 minutes 15 remain and still 0-0. Both teams looking for that initial goal to set the tone for the game. Good throw downfield by Oli, but it is kept away. Rix looking to build downfield. He does have Oli once again, but he's in a difficult position. Not a massive amount he can do there. It's hard to control the ball when you've pre-jumped it in the wrong place.
Oh, indeed. It's all about positioning yourself first on the
Rix?
ground. Oh, great save by Monkey Moon. And it was a fantastic little snapshot of a pass, and Rix popping that shot away. Couldn't finish it again, and Wolves are asking the majority of the questions here in game 4. Not able to find our way through this BDS defense just yet, but pressure has been in Wolves' side, and at the moment it's their game to win. Lewis P setting this one down for Rix again, but cut out well by Mark Bate. Looking dangerous, Oli. He was under a bit of pressure there. He's in a spot of bother, and he's missed this one. Could be costly as Extra gets into the corner. The double commit coming out now as well. Lewis P will get there first, though. And Monkey Moon now taking this one up the wall, trying to get this one center again, but Rix Ronde not giving him any time or space to play with. Oli now cutting out that pass to Monkey Moon, but marked by 8 reads the play well, keeps it going. Dropped down by Lewis P as he tries to follow this, but not a good recovery on the wall. Monkey Moon sent it high again, Extra going up, but beaten by Oli. Quick turn by Mark by 8 to send it back the other way, and this ball's being flinged left, right, and center. No one really able to chain together some passes at the moment. It is a real midfield scrap, a real midfield battle. Lewis P denying Extra here as well, sending it downfield once again, and a lot of long bangs, a bit of ping pong Rocket League coming out, but this time Monkey Moon looking for that pass once again, cut out well by Wolves and doing well to dominate the space in the midfield.
Yeah, both sides looking to just find something over the other. Rix cutting in there from Lewis P is a little bit dangerous. Oli stepping on deep again, leaving no one back in there, but Oli's so swift today, being able to just pop that forward over towards Rix. Oli is in the corner, cut on, out, shot put on, but Monkey Moon is there to save it. Lewis trying to keep this attack going, but Extra near enough delivered to him in net, and he's still trying to run onto this one, but Monkey not going to be able to get past Rix there. So much effort being put down from both teams, but the stalemate continues.
Stalemate indeed. It's been Wolves with some very good opportunities. Oh, wow, what a way that would have been to concede. But Oli once again with the save. Oh, the drop down. That is painful. Oh, the double commit come out on the net. Well, it was a great little play. It was a difficult shot to save. And I mean, you can almost forgive the double commit coming out. It's hard to blindly trust the teammate to be able to get there because it looks unlikely. And BDS have taken the lead at a vital, crucial time in this game.
What placement, but what a comeback! Somehow, someway, Rix will see it through to the end, beating Extra to the ball, getting it past Monkey Moon, and with that, sudden redemption. Wolves back even Stevens.
Well, They get the goal back, and we still have a game to fight for. We still have a series to fight for. Of course, BDS on match point.
Big demo.
Wolves holding on. Still not going to go down without a fight. There's a pass coming from Monkey Moon, but it's misplaced and misread by his teammate Lewis P. Keeps this one going. There's a chance here with it right at the end of the game. Rix Ronde going up, gets that high. It stays in the air. Oli's got plenty of boost to work with. It's on target. Saved by Monkey Moon. That will drop in second overtime of the series.
I'm so nervous right now. It can go either way. It was close last time round on the OT. Let's see how this one will fall. 2-1 in favor of the BDS. Wolves need this to send us to game 5. Extra on the attack. Oli is up, does send it off. Follow through from Rix. Oli is cheated on up here. He wanted to fake it. The mere presence, his aura to scare Marpe off. Does sort of work, but here comes the cavalry behind. And they've seemed to weather that storm. Lewis P going for a solo run. He went for the fake. It's not connected. So close. We need a man to finish this off, and Oli just a mere second too late. Lewis, absolute stones to try and pull that one off.
I mean, this is now the second time we've had an amazing opportunity to take the overtime. Like, we had it in game 1 as well. That perfect chance that was only just didn't go in. It went out off the post, and now again denied by just millimeters, really. Lewis P sending this one downfield. Oli's there, drops it back down. Rix Ronde putting the pressure on Monkey Moon here, but Monkey Moon does very well at the 50. Lewis P is back to the ball. Bit difficult to deal with, but it's a fantastic play up to Rix Ronde. Oli's going up to meet this one. Will be denied. Lewis P out wide's got a bit of time, sends it to the backboard, gets it under extra. Oh, and Monkey Moon does so well to outplay one there. Oli into the challenge now, still under pressure as he gets bumped and can't get the second touch. Extra's there again. Rix Ronde, though, coming from that back post position. He had it covered all along as he sends it back the other way. Maybe the follow. There's a bit of space in the midfield. Lewis P sends that across to the left to send it back in field once again. Oli's there to rise up against Monkey Moon, but loses out on the challenge, and now it's looking a little dangerous. BDS with a very challenging offensive move, but they do once again to scrap out of it. Oli sending this one away again, but Extra's there, and it's looking very dicey. Monkey Moon, they what a save by Rix Ronde. And somehow Wolves just hanging on by the skin of their teeth, but the pressure's still coming in. It is brutal, and it is not over. Yeah, that now is over. No.
Oh, this was just a case of so much pressure put down by BDS, running out of boost, and GG's in chat. Wolves have really taken it to BDS. Hard luck. We always knew, or at least it was always expected to be a loss, but Wolves have got so much to be proud of here. Like, if you're comparing this, for the guys at home that are new to Rocket League, this is like Wolves going up against Liverpool. You know, it's a tough ask coming on into it, isn't it, Aiden?
I think Wolves beat Liverpool at the weekend.
Yeah, I was about to say that as soon as I went. I was like, it's possible. That's what it means.
It's like Liechtenstein playing against France.
Yeah.
You know?
Actually, that's harsh on Wolves there.
That's maybe a bit too harsh. I mean,
Yeah.
I was just trying to exaggerate a little bit for effect, but no, you got to give a lot of love to these Wolves players, and they've done very, very well here in this series. And I'm going to say it now. I didn't want to say it before the series started, but I expected Wolves to be on the end of a clean sweep here, and I didn't think it would be much of a challenge for BDS. If I'm totally honest, I thought BDS is going to run riot here, and it could be painful for Wolves because then they still have 2 more series to play on the back of what could have been a very heavy defeat. But it was not a heavy defeat. You lost to 2 overtimes, and that means those games were very much winnable. This series could have gone the other way very, very easily.
It really could have, but unfortunately, in the end, it goes 3-1 in favor to BDS. Taking the game, though, could help because, of course, the seeding from the bottom 4 as well could match on up. So, going forward, next on stream, we'll be playing Team Liquid. Now, that is going to be a spicy affair because with that performance from Wolves, Aiden, I'm expecting big things in this next matchup. Liquid better be scared. Because after this break, guys, we will be facing up against them. Don't go anywhere. This is Wolves Esports with our coverage of the grid. We'll see you in a moment. Boop, boop.
Right, so Ollie, you've been part of the Wolves Esports team for around a month now. Can you describe the experience to us?
It's really amazing to be a part of Wolves, and it's been going really well lately, except from yesterday. But yeah, we're trying our best.
Yeah, when did the journey sort of begin for you? When did you start playing Rocket League?
I started playing Rocket League 5 years ago with a few friends. Back then it was not serious, and since 2017 I switched to PC and I started to play more competitively.
Right, okay. So how easy was it for you to sort of get hooked at the start and sort of build your development straight away?
I've been playing football since I was a kid, and yeah, Rocket League is football with a car basically, and yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, at what point did you learn that Wolves were interested in you? When did they sort of make contact?
I was speaking with Rix for a time, and I was still with the other org, but I wanted to find out new chances and other options. And at the time, Rix told me he was speaking with Wolves, and then yeah, we were talking with.
Okay, and obviously now Rick's your team captain. Was it nice to have that sort of connection even before you joined Wolves with him?
Yeah, it's really nice. He helped me a lot with Wolves and in general. Yeah, it's really nice to have him as a captain.
Fantastic. And obviously, as a football fan yourself, you will have known about Wolves. Was it
Yeah.
sort of an exciting opportunity when you saw that they were the club that was interested in you?
Yeah, it was really amazing. I love Adama Traore, and yeah, he's a part of Wolves, so it's really amazing to play for Wolves.
Fantastic. Is that a sort of another interest of yours, playing FIFA and having Adama Traore as an option?
I played FIFA before, but never was that interesting as Rocket League.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So, obviously, you were playing with your friends when you first started. How does it compare to now playing for Wolves? What's the standard difference like?
It's really different. You're obviously training with your team, and back then it was just for fun, having a good night with your friends, and now it's just about also having fun but winning.
Of course,
but
yeah.
also
Is
winning.
it a case of sort of balancing a hobby and a job now?
Yeah, basically.
How easy has that balance been for you? Was it something you played anyway, but I suppose now there's a bit more added pressure?
It's really nice to make sort of my work as a hobby, basically, and yeah, it's really cool to do this.
Brilliant. And in that first month you've been part of Wolves, obviously you had the winter split regional. How did you find that?
We got top 8. That's really a good start, and yeah, we couldn't wish any better. as a start, but we are obviously trying to get that consistent or even better.
Welcome Tizo
Welcome Tizo.
Welcome Tizo to our global headphones partner from ears to heart.
Into the night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak.
Welcome back, guys. We're swiftly moving on into the second series of the evening. It's going to be Wolves versus Team Liquid. And Aiden, what a banger of a game we just saw between Wolves and BDS. Coming out, like, on paper, guys, we were real at the end of it. It should have been a 3-0 to BDS. BDS are that good. But Wolves, to take them to 2 OTs as well as take a game, just screams absolute levels of how well Wolves are playing today.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the biggest test you're going to get. You know, it's BDS. It's undoubtedly at the moment, the best team in Europe, and things may change over the course of this split. Who knows? But this is the team that, you know, every team is terrified to play against. So Wolves have gone into that full confidence, or fully aware of that, how strong BDS is, and it was then BDS's game series to lose, and Wolves were therefore able to find some holes. They defended very well, and I guess when you are, you know, one of the biggest and best teams, you're also the most watched, and so people will find ways through and find ways to counter the play, and what we saw was Oli, you know, digging deep in defense and doing so well, getting so many saves, and those quick counters were really dangerous. As BDS, they look to, you know, send 3 men really far downfield, and we'd keep catching them on the break, and well, we took the game to them, and it was great stuff from the boys.
Yeah, because we have to also think the 2 OTs we saw went in favor of the BDS. So it was a very close series nonetheless when you look at it that way. Each game being a 1-goal differential, of course, apart from that game 3, which was 4-1 to BDS. And that was like the one BDS had just figured Wolves out, and Wolves had to come back to it and adjust in game 4. But the big change up for me is Oli being the focus on defense, where beforehand we were going Rick's Ronde should be the focus. So definitely the team has seen something different. The coach Juicy has probably seen something different. Of course, at Juicy in chat right now, he is tuning on in between the games. You might just be able to catch him, have a little word with the lad. But unexpected changes to Wolves, which are of course very exciting because it is thinking outside the box, and when you're this wild card up and coming team, thinking outside the box is realistically your biggest strength. So using that against Team Liquid, I don't think they're going to be ready for a team that can defend just as well as what we just saw.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of game plan we go in against Liquid. You know, of course, it's a different team, and what we had a lack of in the series against BDS was you know, goals in the end of the day and offensive pressure. So going against Liquid is a team that's not quite as strong, and I don't think will be quite as sort of sitting quite as deep as we did against BDS. But as you mentioned, Oli, you know, being the sort of more defensive role in that game, it's interesting to see. But at the same time, it doesn't surprise me too much, because if you look over in NA, for example, you've got Justin, who is arguably one of the most mechanical players in the NA scene. He's playing for NRG, and if you watch him carefully, you'll see that about 70% of every single game, he's third man. And that's because quite often the most mechanical player is the most effective third man, because you're going to be in 1v2 or 1v3 situations, and you need to be mechanically very, very good to play out of those awkward positions. And we had Oli doing that last game, and he kept us safe, and it was a safe haven for us. So it could well be a good decision from Juicy if that was sort of the communication to the players before playing against BDS. And also some of it is probably just the fact that BDS are a highly aggressive team, forcing Oli back. But it was great to see him pulling that off, and I think it's a very effective use of him. And he was still getting goals down the other side as well. So.
And that aggression it's talking about largely stems from midfield. And I pointed out earlier where it was extra holding up the midfield line quite a lot, and Mark Bay just one after the other absolutely banging it out towards the backboard. It was quite strange, actually. Monkey Moon, by most accounts, was relatively quiet for that series because BDS just were playing a little bit different than normal. You saw Monkey Moon was a lot more alive when they were playing that very heavy demo gameplay right at the start. So by means, BDS have a couple of different strategies they can pull out with. But when we see Liquid, I'm not expecting that midfield control to come out. That's just not their gameplay. So by all means, this should favor Wolves a little bit, because Liquid like to just stall up. With their pressure comes from keeping the ball towards that backboard. And from what we just saw then, I reckon Wolves should be able to handle that. So by all means, coming into this one, we're very excited for what Wolves can do, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm always excited for what Wolves can do. I love watching these guys. And like, it was hard to watch last week, you know, losing just every series. And, you know, I was disappointed and I was a bit angry, but it comes from the right place because we watched them all through the grid qualifiers and we've seen how fantastic they can be. And these are 3 young dudes that all have massive potential here in Rocket League. And they're such a new team. And you see the way that they can play sometimes, the passes they string together. They can be so good, and so we do want to of course see them show up against Team Liquid. Of course, I don't know how many of you have been following the Rocket League scene, but of course they did pick up Ronicky at Team Liquid, so he came from FC Barcelona. What do you think about that roster change there, Bacon?
I personally, it weren't the right move. Getting rid of Cooksey off that squad, he was not the issue. It was a very much deep-seated, more of a mental aspect to the team. Ronicky coming on in is more trying to relive the good old days, it feels, alongside Speed there. And of course, we're free to be... all 3 of them know each other quite well. So it's a very weird case. And it all sort of stemmed from just the fact of back when Itachi moved on over towards Giants. He could have stayed there alongside Ronicky, and Scrubkiller is lined up to join that squad. It's actually leaving, sort of left them in a weird case where they had already booted Third Man. They were like, let's just all disband Barca, and Ronicky just looking to step on in. Liquid just looking for a quick fix, which you don't get within Rocket League. Like we said, the only quick fixes you get is when you get an entirely new side together, and that's not a fix. That's just a throw it in the air, see what sticks. And Liquid right now, I am expecting that like this weekend just gone to have just been a flash in the pan of what could happen. I'm currently going to quickly check what their previous result, what they just played in, because they just faced off against Galaxy Racers, and Galaxy Racers win that 3-1. By all means, when you look at the score as well, fairly close to OTs as well. So it's going to be an interesting one because, as we said, Galaxy Racers are a team that's very much up and down. They're not a consistent team by any means. So that's going to be a hard one, that just on paper, because of course we're commentating that last game. We can legit go away and see how they're playing. I'm going to be not so much looking into game 1, and of course, unless Wolves just absolutely come in and, I don't know, 6-1 it. But it'll be game 2, which will be the real teller in this series, just to how Liquid are playing alongside Wolves.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, well, let's not forget that we did play against Team Liquid just 4 days ago in the regional, and that was a series we lost 3-1. And we were finding it hard to find goals. In game 2 and 4, we only managed 1 goal, and most of the games remaining fairly close, only 1 goal in each game. So it was definitely a close series, but maybe one of these moments where Wolves weren't really in form, weren't really consistent enough, and Team Liquid maybe having a good day, as they did previously knock out Fadeaway just before coming up against us. But then we've also, I think, played against Liquid in the field. I think it was yesterday. And in that, we won 3-2 in that series. So you can tell these 2 teams are definitely going to be the 2 teams that are going to give us one hell of a game, because I think it's going to be close against Team Liquid, and it will probably remain quite exciting and nail-biting all the way to the end of this series.
Yeah, unfortunately, can't back that up, but we also saw them, because yesterday's hasn't been recorded over on Liquipedia, but also the day before that, when we look back towards Sunday, Wolves took down Endpoint 3-1. So by all means, it seems, going away from the last regional, yes, we dropped in day 2, but it seems Wolves have gone away, done their homework, and come back a lot stronger. So exciting stuff as we're just waiting to get on into this lobby right now. Wolves seemingly have fixed a lot of things, and perhaps this is the start of a good run, because again, as we say, it might have been a loss towards BDS, but one that cannot be overlooked, as it was a very cracking performance and so close to going either way. Looking around the rest of the teams in the grid, though, it's got to be said, Dignitas really popping off today. We know a lot of big fans here because we, of course, got 2 Dutchies on the roster, a lot of Dutch fans over on Dignitas as well. Currently taking down both Guild 3-1 and Renault Vitality 3-0. That's a cracking result for them, Aiden.
Well, Dignitas have been moving mad lately. It's true. I mean, while they didn't get their best results in the regional at the weekend, it kind of fell on the sort of deaf ears because they had been winning pretty much every game up until then. They've been really in form, and just unfortunately they couldn't translate that form into the regional. But then we see it now here in the grid. Guild, last week were fantastic in the grid, and Renault Vitality, we don't need to say anything about their quality. I think it is maybe Vitality are starting to become a bit of a shadow of their former selves. They haven't had the best results recently, but a 3-0 for Dignitas, and I don't think anyone would have called that right now, given how Dignitas have been over the last sort of couple months. But yeah, it's good to see them getting some form. I mean, I've been waiting for this moment and wondering, will they ever find it again? And they picked up apparently Jack, and at the time I was like, I don't know. Not sure if I would have done that, but the results are now starting to come through, and well, maybe they're proving me wrong a little bit.
I was going to say, picking up apparently Jack alongside Joris, who they had already seen back on There Was the Clappers, half a year ago. It seems like yesterday, but at the same time, it also feels like ages ago. That's 2020 in a nutshell. They're trying to relive that sort of young spark, and it seems to be working so far today. Back on the most recent regional as well, it wasn't the worst time there. But looking elsewhere, Redemption, like we said, what we like to think as like the rival to Wolves, because it's a very similar story. Currently 2-0 up as well, taking down both Giants and Top Blokes, taking down Top Blokes 3-0, which it just seems incredible and impossible considering what had just happened at the weekend. Top Blokes taking the most recent regional. Anything can happen, and that's the beauty of the split, because we do see a different atmosphere towards it, because there's arguably less pressure within the grid. That's why we're saying, like, use it, Wolves, as a learning experience, as a platform to then take it on over towards the regionals. And that's quite often where you'll see the bigger teams sort of relax a little bit. Of course, you don't ever see that from BDS because the lads are absolutely hammering it out. They're up in cloud 9 at the moment, being able to near enough win everything under the sun in this recent weekend. Probably a little bit of an upset for them to come, third in the end, but great stuff so far. And Wolves going into Liquid. I think Liquid are going to be very much up in the air as well. They've just brought in not only Ronicky as their new third man, but also Remco as the coach. So they're probably going to be trying out some new stuff here. And quite often when Liquid tries out new stuff, it doesn't bode well. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I mean, grid is the time to do it right, though. I think I remember coming back onto Redemption. They've done so well again this week. And I think I remember when we came up against them in the playoffs, you were saying, "Oh, they're running the group stage. Got to be a flash in the pan." I've noticed that's one of your favourite sayings, Bacon. But they were turned out to absolutely not be. You know, when you said it, I think I would have agreed with you. But since you said it, they've only got to proven you wrong by just getting massive. I think they got top 6 in the regional at the weekend, or top 8, and these results just coming out of nowhere. It's crazy stuff for Redemption, and they must be so thrilled with the way that they're playing.
Definitely, yeah, you're right. Finishing so high within the last regional was absolutely nuts for them. Like, when we look to that past regional with Wolves, our wins were very exceptional, taking down both the Curling Kids as well as Atlantide Wave. Atlantide Wave being this new up-and-coming team. The losses, like I said, towards Liquid, who were absolutely flying on form at the weekend, taking down Fadeaway, ourselves, alongside, and I'm just double-checking this right now, they dropped to Solari actually, but still they played absolutely immaculately against Wolves, and it was that sort of day 2 where they just absolutely popped off. Day 3 they did drop to Vitality, unfortunately, but that was a close one there. But you take a look at Wolves, and the sort of losses are very much, I don't want to say anticipated, but understandable, because dropping to both Liquid alongside Oxygen, of course, again, another top 8 team within Europe, it's just weighing up the odds in there, and just unfortunate seeding throughout the whole of it. Coming into day where we're just basically fighting through this little group stage to get seeding for tomorrow. Again, wins are very important just on the game basis, because right now when we're looking towards, say, Liquid, we're probably going to be scrapping for that 3rd, 4th spot, and it's all going to come down to the number of games won, I reckon, here, Raiden. As we look at it right now, is joint 3rd with Liquid, and this is going to be a big decider. I doubt Liquid are going to be able to take it over BDS, so if it doesn't come down to that number of games, this is going to be a massively important match to take down Liquid and basically secure ourselves that 3rd position within the group.
Oh, easy win though for Wolves. Come on now.
Oh yeah, come on.
Easily.
It's Liquid.
Easily.
They're going to absolutely fluff it.
They're gonna
They'll
choke.
throw.
Come on.
It's easy.
I'm feeling confident.
We got everyone in the lobby though, Aiden, so let's do this, buddy. It's going to be Liquid on the blue, Wolves in the orange. As always, we got to rep our home colors. Let's do this. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's go, Wolves. Already trying to dig on deep, but gotta be careful sometimes. Ronki not being able to connect with that, but only once again, as always, getting rid of the danger. Lewis P as well in defense. Last time around in the grid, Lewis P was massive in defense. Today it seems to be early, but we'll have to see new opponents coming on in. How do the rotations stack today?
Well, we will see how that performance against BDS will translate into this game against Liquid. Ronki doing bits there to get it off that backboard speed, using that speed to follow it up, but it's not really sent it into a dangerous position. Lewis P dealing with it, getting it down low, going to the 50 against Fruity. Lewis P then again setting it mid, only going up quickly in that shot away, but Ronki will deal with it. Not a lot of venom on that one, but good to start testing the defense early on.
Fruity on the ball, looking to get a pass on over, but Lewis denies, early chasing up and brings it on into a dribble speed. It's just going to have to retreat. Good follow-up from Rich Ronde to keep this ball going. He's got the pass out to middle. There's Lewis P, but Roniki keeps it on away. Roniki as well as being a great attacker. He's a brilliant goalkeeper. His speed just slows things down. You can't follow through with that, but does dig it on deep. You've got to be careful. Roniki looking to pass up towards himself off the ceiling. Can't control it any further. What's going on here in defense? And Fruity just absolutely fluffs it. Go on, Rix. That is... If I was a Liquid fan, I'd feel so bad right now because... Oof.
That was shocking. That was actually shocking. It was super
that was
Rixy.
Liquid in a nutshell, though. That's the problem,
yeah.
right?
Just how... Oh... He's missed from there. Fruity,
I was
my
so
guy.
scared up until that point. Thinking, oh, this is a Liquid goal, and Fruity goes and misses that. Oh, buddy. We'll take it.
We take those. We take those. And Rix Rondo probably a big grin on his face as he got the first goal of the game. Oh, Liquid. They maybe need to start becoming a little less liquid, a little more solid in front of that. But Lewis P showing that we've got what it takes and making it 2-0.
Just the demo is just adding a little bit of salt to the wound right there. Never going to make it, but Lewis is coming on through. 2-0 now in favor of the Wolves. Absolutely flying today. Great interception coming through from Rix Ronde. Speed on the ball, looking to go deep with this. He's going straight to net. Solo plays like that, so easy to read, but the problem is he's got no backup coming through from Liquid. Finally digging on deep. Wolves here do have to be careful not to get a little overconfident. Big demo coming through from Fruity and Speed. Will finish that off. Great pass. Great setup. Maybe there is life in Liquid yet.
It was a good little finish for Speed. I don't think it was quite going in from that play for Roniki. So in the end, a nice little sniper pass across the middle and a great finish. But we are still 2 goals ahead. We are still 2 goals ahead.
Well, if Liquid are going to bring out demo plays to get their goals, Oli is just going to absolutely style on you straight off their kickoff. I see it in chats already. Easy peasy. Don't get me wrong, it is a kickoff goal, but it looks so darn good.
Wow, we take those. That's 2 in which we can say that to in this game. And we still got half the game to go, though. You said it earlier, Wolves can't get too confident, can't get complacent. We're finally we've got a 2-goal lead. We've got some breathing room, but that doesn't mean we can stop playing just yet. We play to the whistle. We play till that ball comes down for that one last time. And the only thing on their mind should be stopping Liquid from getting another goal back and just increasing that lead. And we do get a pass. Center Rix is there. Saved away by Ronaki. He now gets it downfield up against Oli. Oli going to the charge against Fruity, and it's going over to Speed, who's going to try and play this up. That's dropping down. Lewis P, though, on that backboard to defend well. Oli back in possession again. Going off the ceiling, gets it down to Rix. He'll follow again. And Speed is in a bit of an awkward position here as Lewis P gets a shot away, but this time not a lot of spice in the shot and quite easy to save. Lewis P there with another good challenge. The pressure has been mounted on Team Liquid. They're finding it hard to find time on the ball. Good blocking by Lewis in midfield. Rix Ronde reads it well, as it was probably hard to see the ball covered by his opponent. That ball still 2 goals up and looking to extend the lead here.
Oh, but Oli, what a pickup. He's still got 43 in the tank, and the nade's open! He's just absolutely baited Liquid on in. They overthought the situation. It was a simple goal in reality.
Well, now we have a 3-goal lead. When we're talking about getting that cushion and extending it, that's exactly what Wolves have gone and done, and we love to see it. They haven't gotten complacent. They haven't got overconfident. We've got a decent lead here in Game 1, and surely it's already the nail in the coffin. It's a bit of a tall order for Team Liquid now, 3 goals behind. We're surely got all the odds in our favour, but at the moment Team Liquid still looking to get some kind of consolation out of this, trying to find some more opportunities. Ronaki handed possession by Wolves, and he's got a lot of space in the midfield, but didn't use that possession all too well there, Liquid. They had way more time than I think they thought they had. There's Pete into the challenge, keeping it wide. Fruity off that wall. Rix Ronde is there. Reads it well with the pre-jump. Lewis P now just going to send this one away. Looking to get a bump on Speed as well. Speed doing well to get past and slither on by 2 players. Oli then, he's read it wrong, but it's a good recovery. He keeps the danger away once again. And Liquid, well, they're trying, but they're not finding a way through us.
No, and that's because their shots, their hits are all just wide of what they need to be. The defense might look a little bit scrambly there, but that's because, again, they're just covering net. They're going for the prediction. And when the prediction's wrong, that just means poor hits coming on through from Liquid. You just cannot get anything on target. 4-1 as an opener. And I've got to say, we were talking earlier about that overconfidence, and realistically, that's what led to Liquid's goal, leaving only 1 man back in defense. And that's what the demo worked, and it was an easy turnaround. As long as Wolves keep their heads high, keep themselves grounded, they look pretty much unstoppable in this series so far.
Well, it's a confident win in Game 1, and Game 1, it's always tricky because you want to go and say, look, a 3-goal lead. That's massive for us. You know, we walked all over them. It was a breeze.
Yeah.
But Game 1, it can sometimes be that first game where teams are figuring things out. They're trying to read their opponents and know what to do. And maybe we've just, come into this a little bit more warm or a little bit more confident off the bat. Liquid now, they will try and find a way to adapt here in Game 2, and they may use that loss to fix whatever errors. But what you said earlier about their shots just being wide, and their shots were just a little bit naff, in lack of a better word. That was really their biggest problem.
Yeah, and you're right about Game 1. That's why earlier on I said Game 2 is the real teller, because Game 1, both teams coming in off a loss, yes, but we don't know how Liquid played in that very first game, so you can't really go too much. And of course, like I said, you're getting adjusted to each other. But so far, like with that game, it was just, I don't want to say so easy for Wolves, but it just felt very uncontested. So far throughout Game 2, you can see there's a lot of back and forth. Wolves there having a better opportunity of it, I'd say. Riggs, very wise there. It's a very awkward approach, and he knows that just going for the shot probably would have got saved and cleared away. So by digging into the corner, it buys more time for the team to then be able to get back into defense. But I don't know if that was a fake from Lewis. Oli, unfortunately, just going wide, finding Lewis, but he's not able to connect. Wasn't expecting the ball to go that fast past.
I'm loving this from Wolves today, though. So many plays where we're keeping the ball closer and we're just creating a lot more pressure on our opponents than I've seen us previously do. At least last week, there was a lot of these banging passes and I think forcing these long balls too much, where we've got someone downfield and it just kept getting cut out in the midfield, and every single time we lost the ball, it just looked like we were going to concede. And now, though, we keep that ball close. We've got then a teammate alongside us, and we've got options. We can shoot, we can go for the solo play, we can pass, and those options are what makes it very difficult for our opponents. But right now, a difficult situation for Wolves. They just scrape out of that and get in the save, and score remaining 0-0. Some demos coming out. Could be a good opportunity for Oli. He's low boost, so gets the flick over Fruity. Only goes over to speed, and we're still locked dead here at the halfway mark as we approach it anyway. Ronicky now with the shot once again blocked by Oli, and still 0-0, and usually the first 90 seconds will find the first goal, but this one is looking difficult for either team to break through.
Yeah, no one being able to find anything. Lewis going to be able to find Oli, however, who's once in the chase up with this. Can he get the bang down into the corner? Doesn't find Lewis, and this is no problem rising once again, Aiden. No one back in defense. Lewis was the last man, technically.
He definitely was, and it looked a little rushed and forced. And did he really need to flip into that as well and send it into the middle? I think he could have just dropped it, and already he would have been in a better position than he put them in. Just thinking this is maybe just a little bit of a gift to Team Liquid, but maybe after slapping them 4-1 in the first game, we're being a little charitable. And with 2 minutes left on the clock, I don't doubt that we can still find a way back through and get one back at the net, and I'm sure we can still take this game too. And got plenty of time to show. Is Oli now challenging in the midfield. Ronicky on that wall will get it down, but it's a misplay from him. Ricks with the shot. It's a great save from Fruity. You got to respect that, but the 50 coming out. Speed will keep it close. Does win that 50. Rick's Ronde now back. Good comms from the boys there at the back. Not getting confused who was challenging. Oli taken away from Ronicky. Can he get one more? No. Denied by Fruity. Fruity going up, trying to keep this one going. Only one man back could be dangerous. Rick's buying time well and poised well to deal with the attack, and now the pass is coming. Oli with a heavy touch, but no, it turns out to be a pass to Lewis. Couldn't beat Ronicky on net. Ronicky is keeping Liquid ahead at the moment, but the pressure still coming from Wolves. This time Oli not able to follow, and well, we've yet to find an equaliser, but looking good going forward now.
Yeah, you can see Liquid have really picked up control of their boost. Oh, Demo's going both ways there between Ricks and Ronicky. Battle of the R's, but what a pickup from Ricks! Respawns back into the lobby, runs the ball, and he's only gone and got himself a goal.
When we went 1-0 down, I had no doubt we'd come back into this game.
Oh.
You could just see by the way the game was going.
It's a matter of time.
Absolutely. You can see by the way the game's going that Liquid just weren't as in control as we have been. And I think they were maybe lucky by the mistake that Lewis B made. And it was maybe an old problem that we thought was completely sort of put to bed. But these mistakes still going to happen. And right now, it's 1-1 with a chance arising for Wolves. Oli's there. Boy, what a pass! Ricks is there! Oh, wow.
Well done, Fruity. That, again, Liquid are clutch in this game. That is the difference. They're pulling off stuff that is otherworldly and uncharacteristic. Ronicky going to somehow be able to get that demo. Ricks is back. Oli has respawned on in the pass down center, but Ronicky wasn't expecting it to actually make its way through. Ronicky looking for a pass to Fruity. Will connect, but Lewis is up into the corner. The ball will go. Rick's Ronde versus Fruity. And I bet you Wolves are just wanting to let this touch ground as we move into our third overtime of the night.
How have we not won there, though? Fruity is never making that save again. That was phenomenal. That was world class. Who reads that? Come on now. Man's looking into the future. I thought I see things, but apparently it's Fruity.
I mean, Fruity is a world-class player. It's got to be said. It just comes down to the composition of the team, and you look, it has been a little bit off form for him over the last 6 months, it could be said. But he does still shine so bright in defense. Speed with the throw downfield, but good block out from Oli. Lewis P is going to try and go for a solo run, but it is kept out. And they're going to have to go back to the drawing board.
getting a bit excited a bit too early once again. And when Lewis P got that one, knowing that he is a 1v1 main, you know, when he gets into those positions, I like to think he's going to put it away, but denied this time and couldn't find the back of the net. And we will reach the 1 minute mark in the overtime. An extra minute of play, neither team yet to find a go-ahead goal, and Rick's Ronde will try to get some control here in the offensive third. Only going to meet it out on the other side. Speed gets beaten. Fruity into the 50. That's rolling towards net. Speed was there downfield. Dealt well by Lewis. There's a little bit of pressure. Looked a little dicey for a second. Lewis with the shot. Denied by Speed again. And we go back the other way, and it's very quick transitions. Everyone spread so thinly on the field, both for Liquid and Wolves. You're thinking one little slip up, one little misposition, and the goal will come. But right now, it's still looking a bit risky at the back for Wolves.
Is indeed. Liquid can overextend. It is very similar to our playstyle right now. So it's whoever comes out on top is just that little bit crisper. No one to finish it off from Liquid. Speed just going high of net. Lewis. Oh, that was so clutch, but in the end, I don't know what is going on with Lewis. I was thinking it earlier throughout this game. It looks almost like he's lagging, you know? That is so uncharacteristic for him to miss stuff like that, and he's been doing it all game long.
Yeah, man mentioned earlier, of course, he's the ones main, and usually a ones main is going to be the one who is going to be quite consistent with his hits. Now, he might not always have, you know, the best position or the best game sense at times, but usually you don't see him make many mistakes in the ways that he has, and now that's 2 mistakes leading to 2 goals in one game. And well, I don't know if you still remember Baker, but you remember when we called Oli out of form?
Yeah.
Should we start calling Lewis P out of form?
If it makes Lewis P absolutely pop off, then yeah, let's do it. But you know what I mean? Like, you look at the stats there on screen, and Lewis P was the bottom of the board, and it was just a lot of little mistakes, and we saw it in defense and having the cover. And I don't know what is going on with the lad, and I don't want to hammer it home because I feel so bad for doing it, but it's got to be said. Normally we'd expect him to get that initial hit and only not to be needed as a backup. Again, I don't want to be harsh because it's just one game. So I'm just going to say, chat, let's just do a big come on, Lewis, to pick him up. Come on, Wolves as well. Game 3, it's another game. It's only 1-1 in the series. Wolves will come back and absolutely slap Liquid in this one.
Well, I did think this would go to game 5. We are now tied up in the series, and well, Lewis P maybe just looking a little hesitant, a little nervous. Maybe the nerves getting the better of him today. Everything looking a little forced and rushed. Not all too characteristic from him. And right now, as we get underway, I think there may be a problem, as we can only see the scoreboard. Mr. Paul Shepherd.
What are you doing?
Gotta click spectate. I think you could also join a team and help Wolves out for one.
Well, at least I got in, so I can see things and keep you all updated. Is absolutely fine. Only just gets a touch and ball, but it's demoed by Fruity. Speed going for the shot. Lewis, he's back on form now because that was an absolute belter of a save. Who knows? Maybe Paul was enabling hacks in the background or something to be able for him to pull that off. Oli trying to be on out. Lewis is there now. He's got good patience, but no, he's only gonna save it. Lewis, what are you doing, buddy?
Lewis, no!
No, Lewis!
Just spoke to Paul and he said his PC was freezing up a little bit, so a little bit of a technical issue. So we do apologise for missing the first few moments of Game 3 here, but well, we've had the opportunities. Wolves coming in, fiery, looking ready to bounce back from that Game 2 loss. Oli now alone at the back, but we were saying earlier, he looks very solid when at the back and dealing very well. He's in a 1v2 and he's almost got the ball down towards the other net. Like, done very, very well to play it out from the back. Fruity into the challenge. Speed is there. Going to knock that to the back ball. Maybe the double tap. No, denied this time.
Big overcommitment.
Keeping it close. Huge overcommit indeed. There's only one man back. Speed getting bumped in the midfield as well. Oh, Lewis got to try and find someone. Only does though. He picks it up. I don't know what happened there. I thought
When
the
Lu-
attack's over, but no.
Yeah, that hit from Lewis, I took my headphones off and had to restrain myself from throwing them. But somehow Lewis had looked into a different dimension and pulled out an option which just seemed impossible. The pass over towards Oli. Liquid weren't expecting it as well. And so, first goal given to Wolves. Lewis is looking better. It worked, lads. Come on, we need more Let's Go Lewises in chat.
Yeah, he can do unexpected things all of a sudden. I mean, it totally threw us off. I was like, oh, he's made an absolute meal at that pass. And then at the end, like, oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on, what's going on? Oh, what is going on? Ouch. Oof, ouchie, owie. Speed has done some absolute bits there. It's a really good follow. And at the end of the day, though, no one rising high onto that backboard. No one defending against that vibe check. And, well, we didn't pass it. And now it is 1-1. Liquid finding a way back in. But maybe we can find another one right off the kickoff with Ole. Denied by Fruity this time. Lewis P out on the left side. Gets it infield again. It's another good pass from Lewis P. Oli's a bit alone, rushing into this one though. Oh, nice recovery. Try for a second. Yeah.
Give him that.
A bit of break dancing, why not?
Ooh, and he's taking it to the corner. Looking at chat right now. Still, everyone's surprised Speed was able to get that goal, and don't blame them. Oh, no, Wolves, not again. No, this old problem.
Oh.
I thought we nipped this in the bud.
This happened like 4 times last week. Maybe 5. Yikes. Oh.
Just deep breaths. Just deep breaths. We'll get through it.
I need a
God,
big
Oli.
bag.
Yes, Oli. Fruity, what a save. He saw that coming.
Rix is there. It's another good save from Rix though. Oh, it's
okay.
Rix, my guy. He's keeping it clear. Doing very, very well under a lot of pressure. We're looking thin again. The speed this time, we'll get it out. Oh!
Yes,
Lewis! Power! Someone in chat said just transcend Lewis. I don't know what, if this isn't transcending, I don't know what is. Because has he done that?
Lewis has gone ethereal, just on a whole nother plane of existence as he gets the equalizer against Liquid. And once again, doing tons in defense. He's only got it past Speed. Fruity is holding up the midfield line, and Oli, he's going to approach the ball. Lewis is downfield waiting for this, but just did not expect such a skinny angle. The layoff, no one is there, so Rick's just stealing a bit of boost away. Roniki's going for an absolute belter, but Oli has been a champion in defense, a goalkeeper surpassed by none, and once again holds the line.
Yeah, he's an absolute rock in the back and an immovable force. And Oli keeping it away from Roddicky there as well. He's just so creative as well with the way that he moves and does things. Like, whenever you think he's going to lose the ball, he finds a way to at least keep it away from the danger. And you've got to respect that. You've got to love it from him. And he's able to then put the pressure on down the other side again. And this clock ticking down, we may head into an overtime. But right now it is Liquid on the attack on Fruity. Wow, I'm pretty sure he's going to be disappointed to get anything on the end of that. Lewis B sending that mid. Oli's up. Speed and Fruity. Where are they? They're at the back, but it was dicier than it should have been. They looked very close together. Roddicky surely not expecting to score with that. Rix Ronde not quite rising to that one on time. Rix has been a little bit more quiet in this one. Not quite finding the shots there. He does though. Defended well by Speed once again. And Wolves, not for a lack of trying, it's still eat all level here. 2-2 as this clock continues to tick down. 4 seconds left. Oli keeping it away. Speed is there. Rick's running into the challenge, but Roddiky's up first. It's going to be a shot on target. Oli's there again. Reading it from the backboard very well. Lewis P setting it down to the midfield. Fruity is there to stop it, but Oli going up low boost. Rick's running with the follow. We will take the overtime.
This series has got so much personal stakes in it, purely because one of the Liquid commentators, Danny Boy, great friend. And we've got, like, you know, a little personal rivalry between the two teams going on here. So Wolves, don't do it for yourselves. Do it for me. That's all I care about right now. You got to take down Liquid. Only he's on a solo little run, but no, Lewis could not finish it off. Only being able to take down 3 on his own, but could not get it to net. Feels bad, man. But Lewis is on a run. Rix is in the air, just not able to get the connection. Wolves are absolutely close to perfect, but anything less is not doing the job here.
I like how Wolves have to win this just for you, Bacon.
I don't
just
care
for
about
you.
anyone else. I just
All the fans are like, what
I
about
need
us?
Wolves to win this. That's the problem.
You know what though? I think it's confirmed, Bacon. We're definitely gone because we told Oli he was out of form, and suddenly goes scores bangers. We told Lewis he's out of form, and well, he's been carrying this game. So, I mean, confirmed. We have a more effect on these players than I think anything else, and I think we just need to keep this up.
In that sense, I will say that Liquid are looking the best I've seen them in a long time. Now I cross my fingers and hope it works.
The old reverse psychology.
Yes. Big brain in this one out, chat, aren't we? Oh, that infield pass. The speed flukes it. Not going to be able to finish it off. Only not able to connect, just runs out of boost. Rix takes up the wall. Lewis is back in net and he's got to be careful as Fruity comes through. Looking for the pass over to Ronicky. Speed just going to have to send this back to his own corner, and Rix is coming in to challenge. Does take the ball off him. Fruity, it's a very weak touch. Back out for Oli, 50-50, and is going to be deep into the wall. 2 minutes past in overtime.
There's a double commit on that transition play when we sent it over to that corner, and that double commit just meant that Rix couldn't push out onto that left side. He would have been well poised to do so, but he just had to stay then back on net. And that is, you know, one of the problems with double committing is that even though you may get it clear and you think no danger, you know, are you then creating anything down the other side? Are you transitioning well? And you need to keep space for an outlet. But now it's Fruity sending that to the back with Lewis P getting it out to the left side. Ronicky with a nice little pop of a shot. Oli once again dealing with it. Once again proving he is a rock at the back for Wolves. Again getting another touch in defense. Rix Ronnie sending it over speed, but right into the path of Fruity. It's a bit open. Ronicky's there. And what happened? Why did everyone leave the net? Why?
Only needed boost and Lewis needed boost as well, so the
It's
two
not,
lads
it's
went
not
for
okay.
it.
It's
Oh,
not okay.
own physical
Lewis,
pain
Oli.
right now. We have lost every OT today. Lads, I know they're not listening because, you know, they've got better things to do. They need to take this full 60 seconds, listen to Coach Juicy, and take whatever he says into account. Just no more OTs, okay? We can't just know that they're a bad omen. We're 4 for 4 in losses. No more OTs.
I think I might have been bringing some bad luck. I think it's me, you know, Bacon. So I played in a tournament this weekend with my team, and we had 5 overtimes across 2 series and lost all of them. And I'm thinking now, I'm seeing these overtimes and I'm getting flashbacks, and it's making me kind of scared.
Are you just trying to look a way out of the Galaxy Racers match? You got something to do there? I will say, Liquid have picked it up in defense.
Come on.
Twice they've been able to keep out. The pass is brilliant, but speed! Sod off! No! You should not be able to defend 3 times in a row like that.
That's actually ridiculous. I can't believe we haven't scored there. That's mad, because we've actually maintained some really good pressure there and kept shooting it then. I guess, you know, you could put it down to Liquid defending well, but we didn't place the shots really, did we? They all went into the middle, and
I don't know
it's
what you're
great
talking
work
about,
by
Aiden.
Liquid.
That was spectacular, and again!
Ronicky,
Ronicky, no! Yoli, yes! Let's go!
Oh my word! Just could it have been any more difficult to break through there? Those 3 players. Crikey, mate!
That felt so good to let out all that frustration. I can't imagine how good it felt for the lads to get that goal there, because there is no way Liquid should have been able to save all of those. They are playing beyond their level here this evening. and it is frustrating that it has to be up against us. It almost feels like 2 weeks ago again, Aiden. But here we go, 1-0 in the lead, and Fruity!
We've had, what, how many shots? Like 6 shots? I haven't counted all of them. I may have lost count. And they get one little cheeky shot away. Rix Ronde back to the ball, has to turn. It goes in, and you've got to be kidding me. Come on, Wolves. You work so hard for the league. You got to hold on to it. It's too easy for Fruity there. Not enough challenges, not really closing them down early enough. They just had too much time to play. They're looking for the pinch here, though, Wolves. Looking for something a little bit more creative. Switch it up, change it up. Rix Ronde sweeping across that midfield to try and keep danger away. Getting demoed, though, in the process. Lewis P now can't find anyone, and I feel like we keep running into this midfield where you've got 3 people on that midfield line and no one from our Wolves, and it takes something special like from Oli to outplay 1 or 2 to actually find ourselves in a good position downfield. Outlets looking difficult to find. Oli once again following this into the corner, trying to get it through speed, and Rix Ronde going up quick, and he will play that to the bad board. The bump. Are you kidding? Speed literally bumped him into the ball. Bump Ronicky into the ball.
Oh, the post. Again, it just feels like everything is against Wolves in this situation. Only the lads can turn it up to 11. The pass on out from Lewis, the clearance. He does good to hold on the line. I don't know
what is actually occurring.
Has Lewis got a problem? Why did he just go still there?
I think he jumped and realised only afterwards he completely misread it. And so he pulled out.
He did a half lip to get back, but afterwards, so he didn't DC or anything. I think that's just a brain fart right there.
I think he completely brain farted indeed. I think he completely misread the ball, and Oli even did so well on net to actually get a couple touches on that attack. Oh, but we're behind. Never mind. This Wolves team, we have fallen behind against BDS and brought it back. We've fallen behind against many a team and brought it back. We're still 2 minutes. Bacon, we believe in the boys.
We do!
Team Liquid on match point, but we don't care about it. Only
to Lewis, over to Rix. It's a beautiful connection!
It's a work
Rix Ronde is getting the second. He's getting the equalizer, but it required the entire team to pull it off.
There we have it. There it is. We bring it back. We call it. They're there. We believe in the boys. We're all tied up. Just under 2 minutes to go. And now we need to hold on and find a go-ahead goal. It is Wolves Esports right back into this. We still have a series. Team Liquid don't know what just hit them. They don't know what day of the week it is now. Rix Ronde looking to get it infield, but challenged by Ronnie, gets it past one, goes infield. Lewis P's there with the shot, but denied away by Fruity. Oli with the quick turn, looking to get it infield again. Rix is there with the shot. No, doesn't get it, and it remains at 2-2.
No more of this awkwardness right now. Keep it clean. We saw that last play, Wolves, that world-class play. We'll be able to beat anyone with that. And the problem is that you start to expect it a little bit more often as that's up and over. Rix is there just in time, but here comes the cavalry. Ronke going wide off that. That's your opportunity. Absolutely run with it. Oli with no boost has to run it into the speed. Fruity is off the ceiling, but he misses it. Lewis P did not count for that. Was expecting the hit. The bounce off is good. The connection to Lewis is good, but Ronke is with 0 boost down below. Follow up from Lewis P. Has to find Oli with this, but Speed gets it away, and Oli's being cautious. I cannot blame him in that scenario. He knows one goal could decide our fates here.
Well, it is just one goal that could split these two teams now. Getting a goal now would be big, and almost finding one.
Fruity has been absolutely massive this evening. Liquid would look half of themselves without him. That play, once again, I love Fruity so much. He's a fantastic player, but at this moment in time, I absolutely hate him. He's too good.
Team Liquid have been defending very, very valiantly. Wolves have had tons of shots this time. Denied again by that Team Liquid defense. And it's painful, you know, when you're putting up so much work to find a way through. You're not able to get a goal, and it could end very painfully here. Just about avoiding it. And Wolves holding on there by the thread of a needle. They need to win this game. They need to win in this overtime if they want to keep going in the series.
Thread of a needle. Been a lot like a silk thread. So fine right now. But we can just get a silky smooth goal. Perhaps that game 5 will be ours as well. Speed on the ball. Only looking to stop it. Speed is just being so awkward. It feels as if he's not doing what he tends to do, but that just beats everyone purely because everyone's predicting him to be able to pull it off. Only with a clear, so he looks to run that downfield. Speed just picking up 2 amounts of boost. So, of course, only had nothing. Went to steal the corner one. Lewis, last man back in defense, but Speed's taking it off wide. Once again, he was looking for the pass over the Ronicky, but it just did not come off. Oli in the air, looks for Rick's Ronde, who's picking this up, wants to lay this off in the center, but Lewis was not there. He has to stay back. We are focusing on defense right now, but Roniky's connected it. Rick's on the line, keeps it on out. So many emotions coming to the surface here.
Well, it's valiant defending from Wolves. We managed to thwart a couple of dangerous looking attacks from Team Liquid, and they've done the same to us, and maybe it's a bit of payback, but Rick's just looking a little awkward for a moment, and the pressure keeps coming from Liquid. Wolves, they need to find a way out. They need to be able to transition into a quick attack, and it could be the start of one here. Ronicky in a sticky situation still. Lewis forcing it through. Speed now not using too much speed to just control the ball. That's Rick's losing out that 50, but fortunately 2 people back. And Oli with a great carry, but Fruity denied. Rick's Ronde's there again. Rick's Lewis P. Oh, it's always so close, yet so far.
Ricks.
One more.
Oh, Speed, get gone. Just holding the line. Liquid do massive there. Lewis will find the corner of this ball. That is cleared away. Rick's dropping that bat down to earth. And all that was so close in net. Scary stuff right now.
So close. It remains still all level. Not for long. Never mind. The amount of pain and torture we have to go through. The amount of chances Liquid have absolutely denied us here today. And I've got full respect for their defending, but at the same time, it has driven me nuts watching this, thinking, how have we not won this game? The chances that we had, how many saves Team Liquid made, it's just unreal.
3 OTs. I am livid right now. I'm not going to lie. Liquid finally turning up. Week 1 of the grid, it was Guild who finally turned up. Week 2, it's Liquid. And they shouldn't have been able to do that. It was so clutch. Liquid were based off their defense. And there's part of me, because I do like Liquid as a team, that are so happy that they're able to finally find their form. But the second part of me, of course, that is here on the Wolves broadcast is absolutely fuming inside. So, Aiden, whilst we try and come to terms, I guess, with our emotions right now, I say let's throw this on over to a break. We've got a cheeky little interview in that break as well. And when we come back, we'll break it all down, as well as breaking down the next series on streams, as we will be facing off against Galaxy Racers after this. Guys, don't go anywhere. It's Wolves Esports for our coverage of the grid.
nice. Obviously, you've been part of the Wolves Esports team for around a month now. How nice has it been to be part of that group?
It has been insane. I mean, literally, I don't know. It's like a dream to be part of a football team. Also, I mean, it's I don't know. I support. I mean, I love Premier League, and yeah, I knew Wolves, and it's insane to be here. And with my teammates, they are also insane, and it's pretty good.
Oh, fantastic. So you say you're a fan of the Premier League. Was it, when you saw Wolves get in contact, was it an easy decision to make for you?
I mean, I wasn't. I mean, Oli and Rix were like a team before me, and they picked me up, and it was like, what's that? They told me they have an org, but I didn't know what was it. And Rix told me, look, that's the Twitter, and I was like, what? For real? Yeah, it was insane.
Oh, fantastic. So what would you say has been the highlight of the opening month so far?
Our like probably our run through the loser in the grid open qualifier. That was insane, to be honest. And also our top 8 in first regional.
Oh, fantastic. And I suppose it's very different from when you first started playing Rocket League. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your journey?
Oh, about what? Sorry?
About your sort of route in the game when you first started playing up until now?
Sure, yeah. I started like 3 years ago, 4 maybe, like in 4 years almost. And yeah, I started like playing with my friends. I never thought I could be professional of this. And yeah, like 1 year ago, I started like competing in Spanish leagues, Spanish tournaments, and yeah, I started improving, and until now, I'm part of Wolves. You know.
Fantastic. How much do you feel like you've improved since first started playing with your friends until now?
Sorry, I didn't quite understand the question.
How much do you think you've improved since you first started playing with your friends?
I mean, it's like from not touching the ball to like, I don't know, do a reset to go through the ceiling and touch the ball. It's unreal. I mean, this game is, you feel so free and you can do a lot of things. So yeah.
Oh, fantastic. How would you describe the differences in the level when you were first playing with your friends until now? Is it a big jump in terms of the quality?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean, I started on PS4 with a very bad, like I think it was a TV, not even a monitor. So yeah, it's a huge step, and yeah, it's really.
So when you were starting, then did you ever expect that an opportunity like this would come?
I mean, like when I started on like that year at least, not even close. But like yeah, as I said, like 1 year ago, I started improving a lot to play Spanish tournaments. I mean, started winning things, and yeah, until then, I think maybe I could be a professional of this. And yeah.
Fantastic. And now that opportunities arose, obviously with Wolves, and it's been a month now. How have you found sort of balancing? Yeah, you're playing for Wolves and your other responsibilities, your studies and things like that.
Sorry,
So how have you found balancing playing for Wolves and I guess your studies and your other responsibilities away from Rocket League?
Yeah. That's like my last year until go to the university. So yeah, it's hard to like do both things, but I'm doing fine with both things, and yeah, I think I can finish everything. I can finish the studies, and yeah, I think it's good for me.
Brilliant. How much have Wolves welcomed you in, and how much have you enjoyed the contact between the club and you guys as the team?
It's been very good. I mean, there's like a group, and we tell everything. Like they also, I mean, they also taught us to like stream our tournaments, our leagues, and yeah, it has been very good, and yeah, great support from them.
Brilliant. And some fans tune in on social media to watch the games. So I suppose you felt that sort of positivity straight away from them.
Yeah. I mean, when they did the tweet to like, I mean, I don't know how the verb is in English, but to give us like look our team. I mean, I have like 800 followers on Twitter, and now I have like 1,100, I mean 1,070, something like that. And yeah, I mean a lot of fans. It's unreal when they stream our tournaments. A lot of fans and a lot of people supporting us, and yeah, it's very good, and I like it a lot.
Brilliant. Did they have much contact with you? Did they send you messages of support saying good luck and things like that?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And obviously it's been a great start on the game itself. Has it been better than you expected?
Yeah, I mean, when we started the first regional, I thought like top 16 would be pretty good, but we reached top 8, and yeah, that's insane. We also qualified for the grid, and it has been insane. I mean, yesterday, for example, wasn't the best day, but yeah, it has been insane.
Welcome Tizo.
Welcome Tizo.
Welcome Tizo to our global headphones partner. From here's to heart.
off the ground, let gravity take me up. As beautiful as it's been, it's time for me to go. I wanna sail away, I wanna feel the weightlessness of my soul. I've gotta go all the way to eternity. I will run all the way to see you. I've gotta go all the way through time and space to find my voice, to see you. And I'll go. Lift my feet off the ground, let gravity take me up. As beautiful as it's been, it's time for me to go. I wanna sail away, I wanna feel the weightlessness of my soul. I've gotta go all the way to eternity. I will run all the way to see you. I've gotta go.
Welcome back, guys. We're swiftly moving on into the very last series of the evening, where we will be seeing Wolves face off against Galaxy Racers. I'm Digital Bacon. Joining me in the commentary booth, of course, is Aiden. And Aiden, my dude, this I'm weird in a weird case for, because we were expecting big things from Wolves, especially after that game one, and then just OTs, buddy. We hate OTs, don't we, around here? Just no more OTs.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. In the end of the day, it's just consistency over the full game. It's just not quite there. And it seems like it doesn't really matter who it's against. I think that we concede from our own wrongdoings rather than a team outplaying us, which is why, in the end, the result against Team Liquid was the same as the result against BDS. Because we made the same mistakes. And yeah, you had a lot of hope when you think 2 overtimes against BDS and a 3-1. Looking pretty good. Yeah, we could have won that, easy. But then you do the same thing against Team Liquid. And that's when you start to wonder, okay, maybe it's more down to our problems than it is the other team just being better. And now we go against Galaxy Race and they beat Team Liquid 3-1. So on paper, this is not looking too good.
No, it's not. And I mean, Galaxy Racer, they got beaten 3-1 by BDS, but to go through the order, they took game 1, 4-2, and then BDS took them 5-0, 2-1, 1-0. So again, a very close, scrappy game. I reckon this is going to be a close series. Everything we've seen so far tonight, this should be a close series. Again, when you look over towards Galaxy Racer versus Team Liquid, that was 4-2 to Galaxy Racer, 3-2 in OT to Galaxy Racer, 2-1 in OT to Liquid, and then 3-2 to Galaxy Racer. So, by all accounts, every team has been very close this evening. But Wolves, boys, we need you to get this win right now. And we need them to get, I'm trying to tally up the numbers, a 3-1 win, so that we can then sneak third place in the group. away from Galaxy Racer, and we'd be happy. I think it goes games first and then head-to-head. So if, say, Liquid get 3-0'd by BDS, we could even then, with a 3-1, sneak up into, you know, second place. So this group is a lot closer than what it seems. So just once again, cross your fingers and just big up the Wolves, because it's not over just yet. It's not over to the Fat Lady Sings and Galaxy Racers. We could topple them. Let's do it.
Imagine going second in the group with your first ever win in the grid.
Oh, that would be, yeah, that would be something else. There is that weird part of me that's there over in the opposite end going, right, go on, BDS, you're 3-0 Liquid. You can do it. Let's get it done, just so that we get the best opportunity.
I mean, it is what it is. If BDS 3-0 Liquid and we 3-0 Galaxy, it's second place in the group. And it's as you said, it's just way more close than it looks or felt, because yes, we've lost both series, but that doesn't mean anything right now, because if we win this one and the other two teams lose, we're all on the same record. And it's just BDS there flying high with a 3-0. But that's to be expected. We're not too worried about that.
We're not. Also, as we hop onto the pitch, 5 minutes on the clock, Wolves in orange, as always. Galaxy Racer will be taking the blue, and let's go. No.
It's not the start we wanted now, is it?
No. It's a kickoff goal. It's a kickoff. No one cares. It's a kickoff goal.
Yeah, you know what though? Like, as long as it's not overtime, we can still win the game.
That's it. I honestly now believe that as long as it doesn't go to OT, we win. So we're still looking good. It's only one goal. Let's just see. As Oli's on the ball. Archie will keep him at bay. Lewis P, nice 50-50 to bounce it back, as Oli is just trying to stall up, wait for Rick's Ronde to get into the box, but Super Rixie staying in defense. Expected that to just fall through the gap. Oli up and over one. Rix with the pop. Lewis, no, he has to back off there. Rix just putting a wee bit too much power onto that one. Popped too high. Lewis, you got!
Wow.
That is insane!
Lewis has really stepped up since we called him out of form, hasn't he? He's a classic.
That's it. It works.
That was a great finish, and to be honest, the play that preceded that as well, it was looking good. Confident attacking play, which is what we love to see from Wolves, and it's what we do see quite frequently with this team, is that aggressive play style. And Rix unfortunately just got a little bit too much on his earlier touch, and as he tried to pop that and doink it into the net. But again, you know, I think this time going out a bit more aggressive. We left it very thin at the back once more, just the one person back, and Arju has found Ixo there in the corner, and another great finish from him.
It's fine. We'll come back. Nobody's sweating. Oh, Ixo with the demo. I don't know. Just snuck onto that. Oli is the one with all the pace. Demos are weird in Rocket League. It's not like the old days where it's just simple, straightforward on. Faster car wins. That's the discussion for another day. It's Rix. Hello. How did they just get away with that?
Well, it's the same question we asked on Liquid, is how did they keep getting away with all the shots that we put on target? And Wolves, well, we've been finding shots, we've been finding opportunities. I mean, that's the one positive we can take from a team saving a lot, is the fact that we're creating a lot. And the problem is that we're not doing the same level of defending when the ball comes back our way, and leaving the defense a bit too thin time and time again. And we're talking about these old problems that keep cropping up. We didn't see too much of that in the series against BDS, but then when we played against Liquid, see some of these old mistakes start coming through again, and it's as if we play better under pressure. It's like when we went into the qualifying to the grid, we played all the way through the lower bracket, and it was like that pressure spurred us on, and we needed that pressure. And you could see against BDS under pressure, that was a closer series, I felt, than against Liquid, and it at least felt like in some way we contested the game a lot more. I'm sure we had a 4-1 loss, but you saw the passion and desire. That's what made it feel closer. Whereas Liquid, we just felt like we were playing, again, at maybe 70% of what we're capable of.
I agree. It felt, because it's almost like with BDS, we played up to our opponent there, and it looked cleaner. Here, again, these moments just arising. It's the same with Liquid, just a lot of these goals. Why are you just getting caught off with those old mistakes of running too deep downfield, cheating up too much? And they should not be happening. The boys are better than that, and they know it. That's going to frustrate them that they let it happen.
I mean, I don't know if it's the communication, I don't know if it's the intended play style, but it seems like our third man can often get sucked into the play too high up and expecting maybe to get a challenge and then does not get that challenge. And when that happens, we have an empty net. And if that's not happening, we then just have one man back, and then we're susceptible to demo plays and physical bumps. And it's creating too many problems that are very avoidable. And I understand that we're an attacking team, but you've got to understand at the same time that you cannot keep throwing 3 people up and expect to never concede. And especially when we keep hitting the goddamn crossbar and people keep clutch saving everything, we need to be able to shut up shop down back at our own net.
Times like that, it just does feel like luck is against you, but that just means you gotta keep banging them off. The pass is beautiful. The finish, Inkso gets the save. Rix, buddy, taking on pass, but only is there. Rix is rotated back around to defense, and emotional pain right now. It should not be the case. Good save, Rix. Oh, Lewis, just run it. There we go. Back within one.
Well, I somehow just expected a defender to appear and knock it away.
I was expecting the post or something. Like, it don't feel like it's our day, but that just means you got to spit in the face of it and just come back even stronger, hit harder.
It is closer now. 40 seconds left on the clock, and Wolves trailing by 1 goal. Can they find an equalizer? We did this in game 1 against BDS and then went to overtime, but I would rather lose now in regular time than have to sit through another painful overtime.
See, I'm on the opposite end of it. I guess this is like, you know, one of those half full, half empty sort of discussions where I want us to break that OT pattern. So whilst I'm scared of the OT, I'd much rather it than losing in these final moments. Come on, lads. Turn it around. One last play left in it, but no! Aiden, go sit on the bottom step. You curse this.
I thought you were casting for Galaxy Race, though. You said one more chance. It did not go our way once again. And, well, okay, game 1 out the way. You know, Bacon, what did we ask for? We asked for 3-1, right? Yep. We're just setting it up. We're just setting it up.
Just getting out the way earlier. Okay, I dig that mentality.
Exactly. Get the loss out of the way and then just go on a win streak. That's what we did in the lower bracket of the qualifiers. That's what we're going to do here in this series.
Okay. Heart pound him.
Lewis P though. Lewis P. He's got both the goals. He's here. He has arrived. He has transcended. But now we just need to expect that Oli and Rix can keep doing what they were doing against BDS.
We just need more team plays and link ups. A lot of the team plays so far, especially in this game, it's been looking to get off the backboard and down to center instead of these moving team plays down towards the net. We need to see more of those. That progression downfield together definitely works. A little pinch come through from Arju. We'll get it down to a dangerous position in the Wolves box as we kick off game 2. Another 5 minutes underway. Who's going to come out on top of this one? Only time will tell.
Only time indeed. Of course, results not been going our way, but we will look to be changing that now. And if anything, we really need to do something about it. And on the other side, we're hoping that BDS are currently in the midst of destroying Team Liquid. Not sure what the score is over there, but you know, if they can get that 3-0 against them and we can take a couple games here, we won't finish bottom of the table, but we need to win here against Galaxy Racer. It is a very important game for us. We don't want to be bottom of the group for a second week running.
No, we don't. Oli on a dribble. He's looking to get past Arju. The pass into middle was great, but Arju holds strong in defense. He read it so well. Lewis P up and over him. Oli is in the back lines looking for Rix. He'll have to follow on through. Rix not able to make it back in time as Oli charges on downfield. Looking for a pass out. Rix is there. He's going for the wide shot and it will just ghost on past. First goal going to Wolves.
It's definitely an interesting goal. It's a really good pass by Ole to pinch it off that corner, but really weird by Matane. I thought he had it, and it seemed like he just got a bit of a ghost hit. They had a man at the back post, so this is one of these times when I expected them to save it, and they didn't save it. So maybe we need to just shoot on the net when they have 3 people comfortably on net, rather than shooting when there's just the one guy scrambling, because that's worked out for us.
Oh, Matane nearly scrambled that into the net. Oli. Okay, it's left for Lewis, that's fine. Matane again. Trying so much. So that's passed on out, and Ixo turning around. Doesn't get a confident touch, so Rick's Rondo will pick it on up. He wants to follow on through, but Matane is there. And Oli does have the option of Lewis in the mid, but Matane stops that. Rick's throwing it to the corner. I don't blame him in that situation. It was a good idea, but so well caught up to. Good save from Rix in defense.
I just think at times we're sometimes just looking a little hesitant. You know, I saw Lewis behind Ole, directly behind him, and then thought, okay, I need to go mid again. And then when eventually the ball sort of came his way, he was directly behind Ole again. And I think it's just been a bit difficult with the follows, okay. But Lewis will make it 2-0, and we have doubled our lead. And game 2 is looking like we've got the odds in our favour.
And there, Arju was covering the left-hand side of the net, not expecting it to go out to the right. And quite frankly, I don't think the shot was intentionally going off to that left-hand side. It was all purely because Iso came in and got the bump, which put even more over towards the side. And we'll take those again. But we won't take those. It was a nice pass.
That's why we have a cushion. That's why we have 2. That was the tactic all along. We get 2, we'll let them score. It's fine. Still winning. Still winning. Still winning.
Still winning.
Wolves outscore the opposition. That has always been their way. So we're used to conceding. We can't sweat too much when we see a goal go in. We're used to Wolves playing aggressive, and when they play aggressive and it works out, we'll score 5 or 6 again, and we'll outscore the opponent. Of course, that mentality doesn't always work here in the grid against these top teams. But right now, we're still in the lead. There's 2 minutes left, and Galaxy Racer haven't looked as strong as they did in game 1.
Gorgeous!
And we are looking absolutely artisanal at the moment.
Oli not going to be able to get that one past, but Lewis is back in defense up towards Rix. He wants to drop it on down. Ixo had to turn back around there, and Arju can't reach it, so that's one man pulled off. Only Matane now to beat as Oli throws it, but Matane just saves his second jump. The dodge to be able to get into it. Lewis looking to line himself up. It is blocked off 50-50 over to Arju. Oli with the shot, looking for Lewis, but on the back post. Matane does keep it on out. Ixo with a power hit. Lewis just going to try and throw that a little bit further forward. So much back and forth. These 2 sides really giving it their all. And again, Wolves showing their worth. Into the air it goes, but Oli will keep it to the Galaxy Racer corner.
That's interesting to see from Galaxy Racer. A little bit different from game 1. And quite passive, and you see there's 2 men on net and no one actually remaining downfield. They'll still rotate back into that back post, and they're defending with 3 people, and you'd think this would invite pressure from Wolves, and given we are quite an aggressive side, that we would take advantage of that. But maybe this is also stylistic from Galaxy Racer, thinking they do push up high. Maybe we can, you know, we sit strong on defense, we can then try and hit them on the counter. But the Galaxy Racer not creating too many outlets for themselves at the moment, and I think with time ticking down, they might need to change that. This time they do, as they play it over to Ixo as he pops a shot away, but Rix Ronde's going to deal with that, and Wolves still looking fairly comfortable. Still only 1 goal in it.
I know, but Galaxy Racers, their quick turn up in pace is incredible. They're such a fast side when they want to be, but they also know that to get goals, you do have to slow it down and then ramp it on up, and they can do that better than anyone else. This ball just needs to touch the floor, and it will be Wolves. Into the ground it goes, and there is game 2 going in favor to Wolves, 1 apiece now. And again, as long as it's not OT, it's a win. Wolves have proven that.
Exactly.
Just get the first goal, and then we're good. That is it.
Well, a lot of shots coming out from ESO, and in total, Galaxy had 10 shots. But this time, our defending looked a little more solid. Didn't get caught out too many times. We saw against Liquid some of those open nets where the ball just rolls all the way downfield and no one can catch up with it. None of that here against Galaxy Racer. Not here in game 2, and instead making 8 saves that game, which is massive for Wolves, because it's not often that we can so easily shut up shop at the back. Now we head into game 3, and this will be very, very important. It will set the tone for the series, and if we can get this one, we will be up onto match point, and we will have been setting up, as you called it, Bacon, that 3-1. And Lewis P, take a bow, because this was absolutely nutty. Takes it up, fakes out Arju. Matane doesn't know what's happening, and he pops it back up into the upper Benjamins, and Wolves take the lead in style.
Matane thought he was going for the flip reset there, but to leave it, turn around, get to ground, and then just pop it high. Matane don't have the brain power for that. I don't think there's a supercomputer on Earth which could have predicted that. What a play from Lewis P. This is why we love him.
It was a huge play, and that is what a one's main can do. He knows how to outplay his opponents. He can read them, he can give them the eyes, go the other way, and when he does it, it is an absolute joy to watch as he can collect downfield. But some demos coming out from Galaxy Racer, trying to find different ways of dealing with Lewis. Maybe we can't get the ball off him, but we can get him off the ball.
I think that is the best case there for Galaxy Racer, and they have adjusted correctly. Another demo. Matane just looking to get rid of him, and it has worked. Oof.
Well, the equalizer for Galaxy Racer, of course. After going 1 goal up, it's going to hurt to be all level again, but all level means everything to play for, and there's plenty of time to go. Wolves have gotten underway to a good start here in game 3. A strong showing in game 2, showing that we're able to deal with plenty of pressure. We're able to hit teams on the counter-attack. There's going to be Iso looking for a shot with a flip reset. Rick's Ronde gets the save, and Wolves at the moment, again, defending deep and looking... Oh, dearie me. They look kind of comfortable, but that was a huge bump.
And the problem is, Wolves are making this adjustment to try and keep up the pace and just outdo Galaxy Racers by having that one man back on the defense, which can be risky because of bumps like this. Galaxy Racer are adjusting so well to go for these bumps in demos. Wolves have got to be careful, because now they are on the back foot. Lewis P backs off. He sees Ixo's on that so early. Good hit from Oli, but just off on the read. The margins are so tight on this series. What a pass to Rix! What a banger of a goal! They might go for their demos, but we go for sheer class.
Well, I don't know if Juicy's keeping the team up today, but BDS are 2 games up against Team Liquid, winning 3-1 and 5-1. So if Wolves know that, maybe they know exactly what they're playing for. If they win this game and the next, they will finish second in their group, and that would be a huge achievement given we lost the first 2 series, and I think well earned as well with our performance against BDS, and some tough times there defending under a heavy pressure from Galaxy Racer, but dealing with it well. But the pressure seems to keep going, a bit of an onslaught, and that dropped rather too close. My heart is in my mouth, and Galaxy Racer eventually taking the lead.
Whilst Galaxy Racer are playing a very good game right now, being on the end of it, it hurts so much. It's absolutely disgusting to see this bump and demo play style. Wolves are just trying to counter it, but where they're also trying to play their own game, it nullifies it so much. Great block coming out from Arju. Oli is on the line, but it does bounce right on over him. Of course, Galaxy Racer aren't stacked up to be able to get that, and Rix just going to be able to get that off to safety. But Galaxy Racer is stealing so much boost right now. Wolves are having to be the boostless warriors, working with nothing, and you can see Oli only scraps to his name, having the backflip in it to try and get this ball away.
Right now, it is Galaxy Racer who have adopted the correct playstyle as Wolves have looked to slow things down, defend deep, and be rather composed and patient at the back. Galaxy Racer picked up on that. They've wised up to it and thought, well, if you're going to do that, we're going to drive straight through you. And that's exactly what they've been doing. And I think the only thing we can take from that is I don't think it's the most comfortable way of Galaxy Racers playing. I think you can tell sometimes that they're a little bit out of position when doing it, and that's what's given us those 2 goals on the break and on the transition. But if we don't speed up our play...
That is the evidence right there. You're right.
But yeah, we need to speed up our play because we don't want to keep getting demoed and pushed aside. Going slow and being too patient will...
So close. No one's home, though. Arju is just trying to get this in time. The pass out, but it's a little bit too high. Ixo can't drop it on down. Matane with the back pass. Rix Ronde a little bit too quick on that. Wasn't expecting it. Arju with the flip resets. Not going to be able to finish it off as Lewis gets it away into the air. That was a very close moment. 35 seconds left on the clock, and we've got to get it out of defense. Again, Wolves so low on boost by comparison. The pass back. Perfect connection with Lewis PB. Just could not get it on target.
Can we take it to overtime, and can we win in overtime? Those are the 2 questions on our minds right now. If we can do that, then the possibility of finish second in the group remains. We lose this game and still go on to win the series, we'll probably end up 3rd, just ahead of Liquid. But we lose the next
downfield.
2. Ooh.
Go on, Lewis, wrap around on that. No, it bounced out a bit too far. Well.
Alright, we're aiming for 3rd. We're aiming for 3rd.
Yeah, that is second place taken away. Galaxy Racers have just confirmed that for themselves. I'm trying to wait for this BDS result to come through. It's like you said, it was 2-0. Oh, where are they in that series? I'm trying to just bring it up right now.
I know they're in game 3.
They've got 1 minute left. BDS are 1-0 up.
Yeah.
50 seconds left to go. Okay. Wolves is a little bit nervous. You've got 1 game in. Don't make it a day of 3-1s. At the very least, make this a 3-2 to big up the pride. But
well, this is definitely not the way that Wolves should have started this game. And I feel like every single time we drop down, the other team's on match point, the focus goes, the hope goes, the desire goes a little bit. You see the lights just going out, and Galaxy Rays taking the lead with just 10 seconds on the clock is not going to do us any favors. And Wolves have already been on the end of 2 defeats in series. We've lost 6 games of the 8 in the previous 2 series. And now here we are losing again, but we are right back into it.
Again, every single play coming out from Wolves has to be world class. And I don't know what is going on, why they can't just go for simpler plays. Don't get me wrong, I love to see it. Every single goal from Wolves today has been a Twitch highlight clip. You know, we'll be seeing tons of these over the next week on YouTube if you just look at Twitch clips on there. It asks so much to win a series off of them entirely.
Well, of course, BDS have defeated Team Liquid 3-0. So if we can still get through and win this series, we will not finish bottom of the group. But if it remains like this, we will finish bottom of the group.
These bumps onto the back line. Oli didn't get it, but of course he took the line to the ball. And that meant they started getting around. RG covering it, not being able to get the bump, but Oli just could not get to the ball there because, well, the player is in the way, and that hurts. I guess even a little bit more. Zarju's on the attack off the ceiling. Rix is in net, and that was a great flip reset. Rix couldn't do anything to that.
Can respect this one. It was a great finish by Arjun, a great play from Galaxy Eraser. This is a Galaxy Eraser side when they're in form. They look good, they look fancy, and that was fancy indeed. But that 2-1 was the one which maybe we could have done more to avoid, as we conceded in a rather easy fashion with only one man on net, and that happening too often. And surely we should have wised up to the physical plays that Galaxy Eraser have been bringing and not defended with just one man back. But again, another opportunity and another opportunity put away for Galaxy Eraser as they start running away with this one.
That could potentially be the nail in the coffin, but Aiden, we're not even 2 minutes into this game. Wolves can bring it back, but it's going to take a momentous amount of strength and energy. Rix Ronde does technically win the kickoff, but Arju stacks himself up. Twitch chat, YouTube, we need you now. Come on, Wolves. Chant it. They need every bit of energy. Spirit bomb levels here. Channel it to the players. As Arju wants to get this on out. He has been pressured into his corner. Ixo picking this on up right now, up past one. Going for the bump, but Lewis perseveres. Rix with the pop out over towards Oli, back towards Rix. Can he follow this on through? No, but look at Oli. He chases on through. Ixo holds strong in net. Lewis keeping the options going. He's got no boost left. That's a powerful pass to mid, but it will just thread the needle. And the defenders get that away.
Well, it was actually an insane save from Ixo, but again, you know, Wolves just, they could have followed it up quicker. They could have kept this pressure going. And what I've been seeing in this game is we're too often in a line. We're too much just following first man. And again, look, we're all in a line on that left side. And you think this must be just the concentration getting you see Lewis there with the whiff as well. It's concentration. The focus is not quite there, and the intensity seems to be missing. Not having a man in the middle, everyone following behind. Again, no one in the middle. You got Lewis all the way back on net, and this is going to mean he's also very, very isolated back there. And Rix Ronde now having to recover that and get something off the backboard. 4-1 it remains. Galaxy Racer with a huge, big, fat pillow of a cushion. 4-1, 3-goal lead.
Opportunity does arise here, however. The bounce off. Oli is there, but Matane takes it away. Such great control from him as the ball bounces off the wall. Oli trying to get back under his realm of influence, but Arju cuts it off in the mid. Matane again. This is absolutely something else coming out from Galaxy Racer, but that connection from Oli gives hope and a chance with 1 minute 7 seconds left to go. Come on, Wolves.
Well, it's good to get one back, and perhaps that can swing things a little bit, but it could be a question of too little too late. There's only 1 minute on the clock, but we've talked about it before. Wolves know how to perform under pressure. Right now, the pressure is very, very real. The pressure of being bottom in the group 2 weeks running is not a position you want to be in, and denied by the goddamn post. The goddamn post. I don't know if you're as bad as I am.
Yeah. Again, it is an evening that has felt way too unlucky Galaxy Racers have performed a very great game. Like I said, they've come out and basically countered everything that Wolves have wanted to do through pure ramping up a pace, wide passes, and great demos. Not to even include the control of boost. And only it's just times like that that had to be pinpoint on net to get the goal, and that is so much to ask from what is such a standard play as a pass into mid. Rick's not there to finish it off. You can see the defense is flustered. Rick's with the pass out, looking for Oli, but Arju cuts it on off, and with that, it is done. Galaxy Racers not going to be getting a 5th goal, but they will take the game 3-1 once again. There are 2 things as Wolves we hate more than anything now: 3-1 games and overtimes.
Yep, the recurring themes of tonight. Well, we went 0-5 in overtimes, which is the exact same record I got with my team at the weekend. So, well, hopefully maybe next time they get overtime, they can change their fate. But right now, it's not a good night for Wolves. They go through to tomorrow, once again, at bottom of the group. And while they played very, very well against BDS, they then seemed to lose focus. The consistency wasn't there, and it was a lot of the same mistakes over and over. We saw just the concentration dip.
It's harsh, right? Because against Liquid, Fruity was an absolute god during that series, it's got to be said. And then in other ways, it was just like such a clutch play. Again, the best I have seen Liquid turn up. And it could just be because for me as well, BDS weren't playing their best, but they're playing good because BDS have a very good bar. You know, their floor is incredibly high. There for Galaxy Racers, they turned it up during those last 2 games because they had figured Wolves out. So does it come down to there's something in Wolves' playstyle which is easy to overcome there, Aiden? Is there something where they're just too predictable in the nature of their shots? Because like you were saying, they were formed up in the line. There wasn't a lot of width in their play unless they were doing that progressive passing playstyle, like the set piece to get downfield, right? So there is clearly something wrong with Wolves, but the problem for me, and the reason why it hurts, is because they're so close to having the answer to an entire series there.
It's true. I mean, it wasn't for a lack of trying. Your 3-1 is harsh. To go 0-3 again is harsh. But when you keep getting repeat results, you got to think there's something fundamentally wrong. And for me today, it was a lack of follow-ups, because you've got to think at this stage that we're at in Rocket League, the skill ceiling, how high it is. You can shoot, you're sure, as much as you like, but if there's someone on net, 9 times out of 10 they get saves, and you've seen it for Wolves as well. Also making loads of great saves. Oli against BDS made tons of amazing saves, which you never think he's going to get, and then he gets there. And it takes more than just something special. It takes something special and then adding on good quick follows. And if you don't follow up quick enough, it's so hard to get a goal, because these teams can recover quickly. They know what to do. They place themselves well. They read the play very well. And you need a consistent pressure. And as long as the other team has boost, they can make saves. I mean, you only need 12 boost to make a save on anywhere in the net. And if you can't keep them away from the position they need to be in, then you're not going to score. And I think that's kind of what happened to Wolves today. And that's why we didn't convert enough. Of course, you've got to. There was also fantastic defending. There was, like, without shadow of doubt, it can't be too harsh on Wolves. That they did create opportunities. Team Liquid, the defending was absolutely nuts, and there was that moment, I think, where they made a quadruple save, where it was literally one shot after the other, and then they broke back downfield. And I thought, how have we not got a goal? But yeah, it was a bit of the same story all night tonight. And I think the goals that we conceded also came from our own mistakes. And I think it was very similar. BDS is the best we played. And then it was just downhill from there. And a lot of the same mistakes, too thin at the back, leaving one man back against Galaxy Racer when they're playing physical demo plays, not something you can do. And following behind each other in the end as well, and not contesting enough space. And it was just like there was no consistency in the play either. It was like the style went missing. We're used to this very high, aggressive Wolves team. Felt like we're trying something a bit different today, and maybe we were. And that's why we didn't seem so consistent. But at the same time, there seemed to be no real solid plan.
You're right. And again, hurts a little bit, but Wolves did look better than 2 weeks back in the very first grid. So come on tomorrow. We don't currently have who we'll be facing up against. I'm trying to get that information. Hopefully it's posted up, but unfortunately, we're still waiting on the Rix GG versus Endpoint match. That's still underway, so that's not going to be posted, and the seeds aren't going to be done for a little while. But make sure, of course, that you keep all eyes to the Wolves Esports Twitter account when we'll be posting updates on that, because tomorrow night we will be live, same place, same time, back here at, and I'm trying to remember the time of this. I'm trying to work it on out, whether it is, 5 p.m. GMT, 6 p.m. CET. That makes it midday EST if you're East Coast American, and then I'm trying to figure out the West Coast, but it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, don't worry. I doubt anyone's watching over there. But if you are, make sure to tune on in, because tomorrow, 5 p.m. GMT, we will be doing day 2 of week 2 of the grid, where we'll be fighting it out in a single elimination bracket. Today I decided the seeding for it, and there are 16 teams we have to face off against. Of course, if we make it all the way, we will only be facing off against 4 of them, but make sure you're there this same place, same time tomorrow. Until then, stay safe. Stay tuned in to all the Wolves Esports social medias, Instagram as well, and YouTube. I've been Digital Bacon, joined by Aiden Sees Things in the commentary booth, Paul Shepherd behind the camera, who's been doing an absolute stellar job of things this evening. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.